Hello.
Hello.
Look at us. Look at all of us. Well, not all of us. Today we are missing one person who has gone off for a very important protest, and we adore them deeply. I'm blanking. There was something else that... Yes, heads up. One of us is going to be struggling with hearing today and is actually playing this game while reading captions. So if there is a little bit of a delay, we ask for your patience. I forgot the word patience. Look, I'm very...
Tis a day today.
It is very much a day today. And honestly, I considered not coming through for the game because my brain is currently soup, as is obvious. But I miss all of you guys too much, so...
Aww.
Yeah.
You guys are givers of serotonin. What... Did we have announcements aside from all of that stuff?
I don't think so.
Nothing much, but the one thing is for anyone who's following the game, Jack has said that he's not going to be here in December. However, game will continue in December, and we have a very special Christmas adventure.
Yes, so...
It's going to be a very merry, bloody Christmas.
It's going to be very interesting because I will not be here, but I will be in the game because we are going to pre-record it and it will be shown up here. Yeah.
Bellona refuses to come out when it's that cold.
Tracks. She's a prima donna. Come on. All right. I think yes, we have things that I forgot to say in the beginning of the episodes, which I really should say in the beginning of the episode, is that we have an Instagram. Do we have an Instagram? We might start an Instagram. We have a Twitter. We have a TikTok, we have podcast, and we are on YouTube. So if you want memes and shenanigans, TikTok and Twitter is the way to go. If you want to catch up on episodes that you have not caught up on yet, or would just like to rewatch, I know I do, YouTube and podcast would be the way to go. And we're all under Vampire the Masquerade Endless Nights, as far as I'm aware. Awesome.
The YouTube is your YouTube, so that one's not under Endless Nights.
The playlist is Endless Nights.
Yeah. Okay. Are we going to do the intros? Or
yes, we should. Listen, when I say my brain is mush. Okay, hi, I'm Jack, Meister Hypester. If you see me randomly muting and running away, it's because I have a baby that I'm responsible for, and I have to make sure that if she's crying, that she hasn't done something terribly bad, like start the end of the world. I am Meister Hypester everywhere. I will be going on a hiatus end of the year for a month. Health reasons, I will literally not be in the country. Not that it matters because I'm not on the tectonic plate for most of you guys anyway. I started a Spotlight South Africa segment on Twitch, which happens every Sunday at 9 p.m. I think that's really about it. And if I've forgotten something, I will be miserable out of the rest of the week. Anyway, Vix, you want to go?
Sure. I'm Vex Omniari. I use he, they pronouns. You can find me everywhere at Vex Omniari. My name is weird enough that no one's taken it on any social media. That might be changing soon because I might be changing my name soon. We'll see how that ends up going. But you can find me here. You can find me over at Dinner and a Game on Tuesdays and soon on other days as well, but I'm gonna wait to announce that sort of stuff. On Monday, hopefully it actually goes through this week, you can find me on Queen's Court Games YouTube and Twitch, where I get to play test a new TTRPG for the first time, and I get to play an absolutely unhinged motherfucker. If you want to see a demonic rat blender,
that's amazing.
That's where you tune in. But yeah, that is about all for me. I am going to shotgun this over to Blaine.
Blaine.
I think one of my ferrets just yeeted themselves.
Oh dear.
In what way?
Ah, my bad. Hey, I'm Blaine. I play Thomas O'Malley. We use he/him pronouns. You can catch me pretty much everywhere at Gaming Blaine. I run our Twitter when Jack's not on it, and make up the low quality content you see there.
I love that. It is absolute quality.
Pretty much it. You can pretty much only catch me here.
Also, such a fucking call out. It's like, I run Twitter. If Jack's not on it, I'm not on it all the time. Jeez.
Yeah, there's like 2 minutes breaks between every post.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm only on it, when Blaine stops calls himself just Blaine when everyone is out, the amazing Vex, the brilliant Dice, and Blaine. I'm like, bitch, I'm coming for you. Don't think I didn't notice.
Threats of love in this game.
I'm going to assume that was popcorn to probably Dice.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Dyson Autism. You can find me most of the internet as Dyson Autism. I am currently back from a mental health break that I had to go through and everything, but I'm super excited to get back at this stuff. You should tune in to the Dyson Dragon Theater Company, where there are going to be some videos popping up soon, and I am super excited for that. And yeah, I'm gonna hop it over to Nicole. And Nicole, promote yourself.
I swear, you have like the best intro voice.
I love Dice. I love listening. I could listen to him speak for ages. I don't think you understand.
Dice do audiobooks.
I would buy it.
If there are, maybe I'll do some if there are interest in it with some of my original stories and stuff.
Dice, I'm just saying, when I found your content, the way you acted and your voice, I was drawn in so bad. If all of those could be audiobooks, please and thank you, that would be great. I'll just put it for my niece every night. Yeah. No, I lie. Put it in the morning, because I put her at night. She's not going to sleep.
But yes, I am Nicole. As the GM. I see your face, Vex. I see that look. That's fine. Fun fact, I'm currently fostering 2 kittens, and I keep calling one Bellona by accident. She's spicy. She's very spicy. And she keeps hiding under the bed and not wanting to come out.
Again, tracks.
Okay, so let's get going today. And
wait, let me put the traumatizing music on.
The traumatizing music. I can't even say it doesn't fit. Vex, you got the recap, Dice.
Oh, you want me to do the recap? Okay.
We have volunteers tribute. Go for it, Dice.
Okay, alright. So what happened? Well, nothing much really happened, except for a little spicy thing that happened. One day, as everyone was just like chilling out and everything, Oliver noticed that there was somebody there who was gonna be like some spicy stuff and everything. And Oliver was like, you know what? I've had enough. I'm gonna like chase after this guy. And he does, brings him to the house, and was like, all right, bet. And pulls out a weird looking dagger. Was like, all right, it's not gonna do too much harm. But there's also some spicy stuff that happened. Bellona had a little bit of an issue. I cannot remember what exactly happened, but it was pretty bad. And Feign and Blaine went. Blaine and Feign and Thomas. They went downstairs to like check up on things and all that jazz. And apparently, Feign got bitten by the dagger, turned to snake, and all that jazz. And Oliver rushed down to see what was happening, and then he heard a crash, and then Oliver was like, I'm gonna go like Terminator mode to like circle over and get this fucker. And some bad rolls happened. He missed them, and Oliver feels pretty guilty about what happened, and so that's what pretty much happened.
Are we just not gonna mention the discus throwing of tombstones? We just.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
and like a badass, I threw like tombstones at him trying to hit him, but the motherfucker turned to a snake. So it was just like, bitch.
to be fair,
You-
snakes are kind of hard to hit. It's the noodle length of them. It's just weird shape.
Yeah.
You threw that tombstone like a frickin' frisbee. It was magical.
Yes.
Oh, but luckily, Dr. Blaine managed to help Vex not lose a Vex, and Feign survived. And you guys are home. You are safe. You are no longer running around the underground. Just before the snake man happened, you guys went underground. You followed a route to find Olaf One Eye, and you found him stoned out of his mind
Oh yeah.
and having random conversations a la Shakespearean. You met a nice old lady with a tiny bat. You went exploring the underground looking for a way out and discovered a giant red temple under the city of Washington with vampires all over the place. You guys managed to find a way to escape, meeting a very large the beast who, offered to eat your hearts if you didn't manage to succeed in unlocking its restraints. You unlocked its restraints and you let it go into the night and followed it up the ladder. You did see that Rachel was one of the vampires who were at this place who was leaving as dawn was approaching, and then you got home and all the joyful explorations of your new friend happened. Okay. So, another thing that happened last session, I almost forgot, is Amorette had a slight problem with their bank account.
Oh yeah.
There were several unauthorized transactions of a couple tens of thousands at a time, dollars disappearing out of their account. And the accounts were frozen. A quick check found that Amorette had a death certificate, in which case all their accounts, including business accounts, were registered as fraud and frozen. And luckily, her retainer is able to sort this out. However, they need the birth certificate to prove that this is Amorette Feign and they are still alive. And can the bank pretty please give back their money?
Quit telling everyone I'm dead.
Listen, from sunrise to sunset, your ass is a corpse, okay?
No, wait. Do it again, Vex.
Quit telling everyone I'm dead.
Sometimes I can still hear them.
Okay. So you guys wake up.
Is that compulsory?
Yes. It is about a day or two later from your grand adventure. In fact, no, it's not. It is 5 days later, because that was why Bellona was unhappy, because Bellona took a lot of very aggravated damage and owies. And Bellona needed time to heal. So you are all healed up. It's been 5 days since your last adventure began. And Lenore announced the previous evening that she would be going on a trip. There is a new rare baby bat that has been born in the zoo in, I think it was New Jersey. And it is a rare baby fruit bat that is the first time it's born in captivity. So she is out of here for a couple nights.
So valid. Okay, so 5 days later, what day does that make it?
4th of October, Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah, we are not. No, we should be on about the 11th, the 10th, or
Oh,
no,
this is from the Snake Day,
from the Snake Day.
and it's 4 more days since the 4th.
Yeah.
That'll be the 8th
So
of
it's the 8th.
October.
Sunday the 8th. Wakey, wakey.
I hate
Who
all
wakes
that.
up first?
Who does wake up first? My God.
I don't know.
I feel
Amorette's
like-
asleep. In Thomas's bed. Well, Thomas is in the coffin. She's abandoned her own room.
So Thomas sleeps in a beautiful coffin, and next to his bed is a bed made out of wood carved to look like tentacles, at least I hope it's wood. You never know with Thomas. With some lovely soft bedding that never gets used until Amorette, in traumatized state, has decided that I don't sleep in my room anymore. I don't sleep in my room. I sleep down here now because fuck the world. It's dangerous.
Sorry, I just read my own notes and got confused because it was like, bald man escaped by becoming a snake, question mark, Feign got bitten by a blade, that is a snake, all the snakes. And I'm just like, I hate snakes. I'm like, this is great for me figuring out what happened last week.
That actually sums it up really well, surprisingly.
It leaves out the tiny angry snake who I love.
We didn't get to see him last week.
That was...
If he wants to make it into the book, I need to interact with him.
He wants to make it into the book.
Oh, lordy. Okay, so again, who's waking up first?
He's just hanging out in the reading room in my library. You can go see him. I named him Wormwood, by the way.
I will say that Bellona might wake up early, but she's not leaving her room. She'll only come out if she has heard all of the voices and steps go towards the kitchen. And that's the only time she'll leave her room.
Vex wakes up.
What day did we set the appointment for? Or did we? We're just gonna go.
It wasn't set as an official appointment. It was more that he made contact and they said you need to come yourself to collect the thing.
Cool. Amorette will slowly pull himself out of bed. They do not want to be awake. And they're gonna make their way quietly out of the room, and up to theirs to actually get ready for the day. Upon getting dressed and sorted and settled and all of that, they head back downstairs to the kitchen, where I'm assuming Silas already is.
Silas is there. He's getting things done for the evening.
She will grab her usual cup of blood, sit down and begin sipping on it. But she'll look at Silas. Do you think today would be a good day to go over?
I think the longer you wait, the harder it's going to get for you to do it.
Unfortunately, you're probably right.
You're not that child anymore.
You'd think. Unfortunately, I don't think that's quite true, but that's all right. It's just going in to get a birth certificate. It's fine. I mean,
it should take you a few minutes.
Exactly. It's fine. and she'll settle down and
while you're sitting, he is going to prepare everybody's drinks for the evening. As they walk in, Silas is handing the different containers of beverage. So, Oliver, next to wake up.
Yeah, Oliver made sure to wake up early and to just be on the porch outside drinking his mug and just scanning everything.
You do not see the car. You do not see the snake man. You don't see anything unusual. One of the neighbors recently moved out. No one has moved into the house yet, but it's across into a house down. They have recently moved out. That's pretty much all that's happened on the street this week.
Okay.
With Oliver sitting out there, Amorette had finished up the cup that she was drinking, and she would head over to the porch and like give a little knock as she walked out. Is now okay?
Yeah, no, it's okay. What's up?
Emerald will head out and just sort of lean next to him. I actually had a question, or more so a favor to ask.
All right, what can I do for you?
So I have to go to pick up my birth certificate, and today is probably a good day to do that. I was wondering if you would be up for going with me.
Yeah, sure, I can come with you.
Good. Thank you. It'll be better with company.
Okay.
Anything new out here?
No, not really.
Good. Good. And she'll give him a little pat on the arm before heading back into the kitchen.
Okay. Oliver just kind of like picks up a rock, throws it into the street, finishes off his drinks, and goes back inside.
Oh.
Okay. Blaine wakes up. Blaine, your turn.
I will wake up, get dressed, usual morning routine, and then I'm gonna head to the kitchen, grab my mug, and walk to the security room to see if I can pull any footage of the Snake Man, because I have that coupon for the information from the either Nosferatu or Malkavian. I can't remember.
Was the Malkavian Primogen. You pull the footage fairly easily. It's a lovely shot of Oliver yeeting this guy out his car window.
I love Oliver so damn much. That man has my whole fucking heart. I love him.
But yeah, you got the footage fairly easily. Are you going to send it off for your freebie?
Yes.
Okay.
Run
So
a background on asshole Snake Man.
okay. You get a message back saying approved, accepted. 48-hour delay for full profile.
Small cave.
I'll fire back quick, understood, and then close the laptop.
The Malkavian
Well,
Primogen
then I guess I'm
like
gonna go
an
have coffee.
This Malkavian Primogen reads like a freaking AI.
It's the 2000s. There's no AI now.
Jeez.
Officially.
Nah. Well, I think Bellona's gonna hear all the footsteps. Clip clop out of her room to the kitchen. Takes a wine glass, sort of like nods at everyone, and then sinks into an armchair. It's been a week.
Are you sinking into an armchair in your room or downstairs?
Downstairs in the kitchen.
Okay.
If Amorette is there, she will like glance at her, and then her gaze sort of like go down to a place which solidly does not have a hole in it anymore, and then take a deep sip of her not wine.
Okay.
You doing okay?
Sure. What about you?
Makes sense.
How are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm fine.
Does something break in the house?
I don't know, does it? Does something break in the house?
Something definitely breaks in that house.
Yeah, I thought as much.
Okay, there is a gravy boat that was sitting on a shelf, and literally where it is sitting, the handle and the spout both snap off and fall.
That's been happening a lot recently.
House is haunted.
What?
House is haunted. It's been haunted.
Yes, quite. Very haunted. So you're fine.
Yeah?
What were you going to do today?
Well, actually, it's something I wanted to talk to you about.
Talk to me about.
I'm planning on heading over to the orphanage today, and I already asked Ollie to come with me, and he said he would, and I was wondering if you would too. Bless you.
It's fine. I'm just slowly drowning. This is the orphanage that I think you mentioned earlier you would need to go get some documents from. Yes?
Yeah, I gotta get my birth certificate.
Right, yes, for the bank to prove that you're not dead. Haha. This is the same orphanage that caused all of the sort of gestures.
I only went to the one.
I see. Yes, I would definitely be going.
Okay.
That'll definitely be going. Had very much flavor of. I'll just go get my lighter. I'll be right back.
No, it's very much
I just wanna talk to
I
him.
just want to talk to them. That's absolutely the vibe. I just want to talk to them.
Amorette will finally turn her attention towards Thomas, who's the only one she hasn't actually asked yet. I don't know what your plans are today, but as you probably just heard me talking with Bellona, I'm heading. Would you be alright going to the orphanage with me today?
Of course.
Oh. Perfect. Awesome. This'll be easy. Simple.
Excuse me, Amorette. I couldn't help but notice you seemed a lot more nervous asking Thomas to go with you than you were asking me.
Oh, I just was repeating myself.
Oh, you seemed a little stressed.
I don't like repeating myself, all the time. If someone's already heard me. Don't worry about it.
Sure.
Thomas isn't gonna say anything, but he'll put his hand on Feign's head and scratch.
I'll just lean.
Just looks over at Oliver is like, is it me? Am I the problem?
Oliver just kind of stays silent and just
I'm sorry, the glue that holds together the family breakfast is falling apart. I'm sorry.
The family breakfast.
The family breakfast. This is absolutely... Here's the thing. Nothing can happen to Feign. Because then this campaign is going to change really, really quickly.
I'll be back in 2
It'll be a
seconds.
Sabat
Y'all
campaign
keep going.
real quick.
Yeah.
So anyway, moving on.
We don't know humanity anymore. It's gone out the window.
No. You both still have fucking humanity, okay? When you have no humanity, you hand me your character sheets metaphorically.
Yeah.
So, you guys, Silas nods and he looks at Oliver and he's basically like, I'll go get the car sorted out for you. I'm presuming you're going to drive. But if you like, I'm happy to drive all of you.
Who is saying this?
Silas is saying it to Oliver.
Alright, thanks, bud.
If anyone pays any attention, he walks outside rather than downstairs to the garage. And then he walks back in with a fuel canister. And he's like, I'll just put this in the boot.
We can take the hearse. It should have enough room.
And I'm going to put this in the boot in case, maybe you'll run out of gas.
Silas?
Hmm?
Don't forget the lighter.
Already taken care of. Rolled flares, they burn hotter and longer.
Oh, noted.
And he goes and he sorts out the car.
You didn't miss anything, Amorette. Nothing at all. You didn't need to perceive nothing.
Much like Amorette, I hear all at all times.
Oh, good.
Unfortunately.
Okay. So, you guys finish up your breakfast. Silas sorts the car. He pulls it around front. Are you taking anything with you, or are you just going to hop in the car and go? I mean, there shouldn't be a too hectic of a outing. You're just getting a birth certificate. Should be back in like an hour tops.
Okay.
Right. Nothing
Amorette's
bad could happen.
No, of course not. Amorette's
I'm
gonna head up to her
sure we'll
room.
have time for Froyo later.
Yep. After a little bonfire, we can go get Froyo. Sounds like great.
Amorette's gonna head up to her room and come down. And she's coming down with a bag. And it's clanking. And she just slings it over her shoulder. Good to go.
Okay.
That is in fact a bag full of knives.
You're taking a bag full of knives to a building filled with children.
She's not bringing it in the building. It stays in the car.
Oh.
But yes, she is bringing a bag full of knives.
Oh boy.
Good lord.
Need to get you a lace-covered utility vest to store all your knives.
I'm sorry, you think she doesn't have one?
I mean, point.
True.
Who
Fact.
do you think she is?
Her armory lays on walls of velvet and lace.
It's true.
Okay, so you guys, is anyone else going to bring anything special or just general? We're going out.
We're going out with a knife strapped to her thigh. The usual.
Jets?
I'm gonna take my usual 1911, the buck knife that he always carries. And that thing. You know the one.
Yeah, I know the thing.
We're a wonderful group.
Is Oliver going to bring anything along for the trip?
Yeah, Oliver just kind of like goes to the kitchen, grabs a few kitchen knives, put it in the waistband, and just kind of like walks out.
The house does have an armory if you want to get some proper knives.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You went to the kitchen to get kitchen knives? We use that for the kitchen. I don't know what
Alright,
for because we don't eat, but we use that for the kitchen. Oh yes, we have staff. So
Silas cooks during the
Yes.
day, and he keeps those knives so sharp that they can shave the hair on your forearm, okay? Silas's knives are not play knives.
has Oliver ever checked?
Oh,
Just see Oliver trying to
we
shave
find
his...
in the armory knives of all kinds, revolvers, semi-automatic hand pistols, and shotguns. Maybe a rifle.
I'm just gonna grab a few guns and just like a shotgun as well.
Y'all know that if you get pulled over by the cops, you're going to jail, right?
Well, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
It's just a casual shotgun, officer. Nothing special.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
We're just gonna hit up an orphanage with a whole armory of weapons. Don't worry about it, officer.
Y'all are paranoid. Nothing's gonna happen. It's just an orphanage.
Sure. With the week they've
You all
had,
saw it. That orphanage attacked me first.
it just jumped in front of me.
Okay, so you hop in the car, you head off.
Yep.
It takes about 20 to 25 minutes to get to the orphanage. It is fairly early in the evening. When you said you wanted to go, then Amorette did phone ahead and cleared that you would be arriving to get the birth certificate, that you would only be able to come in the evening due to the nature of your business and your workplace. So he was told that you may come at around 7:30. It is going to be supper time for the children, so they will have time to assist you. It's this orphanage 70 years ago used to be a beautiful building. It was a H-shaped building with the entrance in the bottom H and 2 rear wings and 2 front wings. It was once upon a time a massively gorgeous manor house. Then it became a hospital. Then it became an asylum. Then it was abandoned for a little while, and then in about 70 years ago, it was refurbished as an orphanage. And at that time, it was very forward-thinking. World War II had created lots of, not World War II, World War I had created lots of orphans, and they needed a place to put them. So it was made, lots of charity was involved. The best of the best went into it. High facilitations, massive rooms, massive resources, a built-in school, built-in clinic, allocated staff, and it was funded mostly by the Catholic Church, as they did for many orphanages of the time. When you arrive, this building is not that anymore. If it wasn't for the moon in the sky, this would be a pitch black driveway. The gravel is not there on purpose. It is because the asphalt is cracked and broken. You drive down this road to gates that are bent and hanging misshapen. They are hanging open for anyone to come in and out. They don't look like they've been closed any time recently. The grounds are very overgrown, and there is a plaque on the outside that says Our Lady of Mercy Orphanage. Established 1934, 35. And this winding driveway drives up quite a lot, about 200-300 meters. It drives up to this massive house. Only one wing has lights on. The rest of it is pitch black. There are weeds everywhere through the cracks of the asphalt. The trees are looming over and ominous. It is dark. It is dreary. The building itself is grey and cracked paint. You see a couple of broken windows in the darkened wings. And like I said, if it wasn't for the moon, there would be no lighting outside. There are these 2 massive black wooden ominous doors. These double doors that are on the top of the stairs leading to the entrance.
I don't like this.
Amorette,
Me neither.
this was where you grew up?
Yeah, it looks.
Amorette, when you were here last, the whole facility was used, not just one wing. And it did look run down. It was neglected, not to this extent.
Yeah, no, it wasn't this. It didn't look like this when I went here, and it's not. It's not too much worse. But at least we used the whole building. It doesn't look like they do anymore.
Fascinating.
Weird and yeah, and Amorette will like take a step forward and kind of give a little gesture. Welcome to what was my house. Ta-da.
The something of mercy.
I would like perception checks from the entire group, please.
Yay.
Amorette is going to roll me an awareness and a perception.
Okay.
So 2 separate rolls.
Yep.
I will eventually have enough
Damn.
dice that I don't need to use this thing, but for now. Perception, you said?
Yeah. So perception alertness. Jeez, Blaine. 5 is a lot.
Holy crap. I got 2 over here.
3 for each.
Uh,
Convenient, I don't have to remember things.
7, right?
Yeah.
That's 3 successes, 1 10.
Okay. There are 2 windows. One is in the lit up wing, and it is on the 3rd floor. There is a silhouette of a woman in a very old-fashioned kind of dress, like a 1950s style dress, standing in the window and looking down at you as you arrive. After a few minutes, she turns and walks away. That is what all of you see.
3rd floor.
The 3rd floor of the lit up wing. Anyone who got above 3. On the other wing, there is a dark window. You cannot make out who, but there is someone there watching. And they are leaning on the window. You can literally see them leaning like this, peering out into the darkness. Blaine, you got 5. You do have a sense of unease. There is an awareness of you guys arriving. There is something about this is the nearest you felt is you are having a moment where those memories of the trench coming in. Someone out of sight watching for you. That sensation of being ducked down out of sight but knowing something is waiting for you to pop your head up. And then Amorette, with your presence. Your entire gut. Have you ever been on like a carnival ride that drops you and you feel like your guts like go cold and raise up slightly? That sensation hits you, and it hits you hard as you set foot on the first step of the building.
Yep. I
There's
don't
the
like
feeling-
this shithole.
As Thomas speaks and as the feeling hits her,
Bad vibes written all over it.
she like
Fucking watch him.
as she steps on that step, it takes her like 2 seconds before she's taking like 5 steps back. And she's doing something that it's a very practiced motion. She takes her hands and she sets them in front of her.
Sorry, just
And-
yes, 1 second. I need to close a window because the door is rattling. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, how dare
So
people have
anyway,
to take care of things.
we set the orphanage on fire, and then we go home. Yeah, that sounds like the plan.
Okay, we're not here to burn orphans.
Okay, we make sure that there's no orphans in the house, and then we set the orphanage on fire. And then we go home. Sounds like a plan.
Sorry about that.
You good?
So you were saying she takes 5 steps back?
Yeah, she takes her 5 steps back and then she clasps her hands in front of her, and it looks like a very polite gesture. like, she's being a little Southern Belle, like, yes, I am presentable, I am, not harmful, like, that sort of thing. And she just stands there for a second, almost trying to work up the nerve.
The front door opens after a minute. And standing in the doorway is a woman who is the definition of austere. She is not slim, she is thin. She is not old, she is almost craggy. Her hair is pulled back so tight, it's almost as if her scalp has been shifted back with it into a bun. And she's wearing this 1950s dress with a very narrow skirt. And it's a brown tweed kind of outfit. And she looks out and looks at all of you. Her eyes lock onto Amorette. And for the first time in years, Matron Thornfield, or Matron Agatha as you knew her, looks at you with absolutely cold eyes and goes, "Come, come, child. You're still unable to make a decision."
Right away, coming. And she... It's a very plastered on smile. Her hands stay right where they are in front of her, and without poise, without refinement, without, like, her usual way of walking, she essentially, like, jogs up the stairs.
I dislike her. Far too much like my own mother.
You pass down the stairs and she watches you as you walk over the threshold. She watches you as you walk in. And she literally waits for you to stop and turn around before she steps aside and glances at you three who are outside. It's like, "You're welcome to come in." Which sounds like the biggest lie you've ever heard.
Mhm.
The word welcome was mispronounced. It should have been, "You are absolutely unwanted to enter these doors." But civility.
Belena's gonna smile. Annoyingly wide. Oh, the welcome's very much felt.
She doesn't even respond to you really, other than looking you up and down and a slight lift of an eyebrow as she eyeballs you and then Oliver's mohawk. And then she turns to Thomas, and who is the most respectably dressed. "I am Matron Agatha Thornfield. I am the person in charge of the orphanage and the orphans. Now, I received a call that you needed to visit us for a reason, and that word visit is thrown at Amorette's side, like in a very sidely way.
Just like my mother.
Thomas will reach out his hand. Thomas O'Malley.
She doesn't take your hand. She kind of tilts her head and is like... And she doesn't even hesitate for the fact that you didn't introduce anyone else. You are the only person she talks to directly.
Huh.
Well, I've been told that you need your birth certificate. Speak up.
Yes, I do.
Right. The children are currently at dinner in the West Wing. Unfortunately, we had a slight incident, a fire a few years back, and the East Wing has been closed. The records room is in the basement there. You will remember where it is from your chores. Follow. And she snaps and starts walking.
Amorette follows. Head down, eyes to the ground, with ease, if you will.
So no murder. I joke. I'm joking, Storyteller. Don't look at me like that. It was a joke.
Are the rest of y'all following?
I
Yeah,
think
I'm
Bellona
following.
needs like
Yeah.
just a second before she's like, okay, I'm not leaving Amorette with this woman like alone. That's not happening. So yeah, congratulations, Amorette. You have a Bellona shaped shadow following you, like this close.
The inside of the orphanage, once upon a time, was stunning. High white walls, wooden floors, large windows, grand staircases, and even some statues and carvings and paintings are still present. The paintings are dusty and smudged. The floors have no carpets and no softness. The walls are showing water damage and cracks. What this was once upon a time is definitely not what it is now. What's weird though is, Amorette, you know that there tends to be around 40 to 50 children in this orphanage. 25 boys, 25 girls in the separate dormitories. You don't hear the children. In the distance, you can hear a voice of somebody giving instructions. You can't hear laughing. You don't hear talking. You don't hear the chaotic sounds of children. Anyone who's worked with large amounts of children, it is noise and chaos all the time. There's none of that. And the light bulbs even are a bit dirty. The light itself seems smudged and dimmed. And there are only these few light bulbs on the way to the east wing. It seems that not many were switched on, and not many were left for you. Everywhere you go, there are these long shadows that are made from the lights and even the moonlight outside, and darknesses that seem empty, where there shouldn't even be a feeling from them. She walks fairly quickly, she doesn't slow down, and she takes these long, fast strides down the corridors without checking that any of you are actually following her. She just walks. There is, I'm not going to make you do a perception check because it is very blatant. On one of the staircase, sitting on the staircase, there is Mr. Grimley. Now, you will remember Mr. Grimsby Amorette. He's the groundskeeper and he is an unpleasant man. Right now, he looks like he's in his 70s. He enjoyed making children afraid. He used to tell you stories that were scary. He used to give you unpleasant tasks to do, demeaning tasks. He used to mock children as they had to do these tasks. And then if you didn't finish on time, he would lock you outside in the dark with all the things that are in the dark. He's just a generally unpleasant man. And he's sitting on the stairs and he watches all of you pass, sneering as you go past.
What a delightful place you used to come from, Amorette.
She's very pointedly not looking at him, to the point where she kind of turns her head to avoid even catching him in like her peripheral.
Wow.
And as Bellona speaks, she gives like this little. It's a laugh, but it's choked. And she nods. She's like, I mean, yeah, it had its good points, you know. I was warm and dry for most of it.
Just, this is something she would never do, Amorette. She doesn't do this. She's not a touchy person. But if you look down, she has her hand sort of like palm towards you. So if you want to take it, it's there.
How close does she get?
She's very, very close to Amorette.
So as that hand goes up, with Bellona being as close as she is.
Oh, and now you're the storyteller.
Hello! As Bellona puts a hand out with as close as she is, Amorette actually flinches away from it, to the point where she steps a few more steps forward into the side to get away from it. Sorry. Appreciate it.
Matron
She's
Agatha stops at the foot of the stairs, and she doesn't even look. She's just like, Grimsby. And the man startles as she says that. And he stands up and he whips off his cap and he's like, we're just taking a break. I'm on my way. And he scurries down the steps and he goes back towards the direction you guys came from. And after his footsteps start fading, then she starts walking again. She didn't look at him, she didn't say a word, and she takes you guys forward. After a minute or so of walking, it's not that far, but she had to unlock 1 or 2 doors on the way. There's a large metal door. And she's like, right, you remember where it is?
I do.
I do appreciate you for all the help you've been this evening.
Well, we do want to assist our former residents to the best of our abilities.
Oh, it shows.
And she looks at you all and she kind of like, the lights may not work in all the rooms. I suggest you take a torch. And she like gestures with her chin towards a table where there's one sitting. It's not a fancy one. It's not an expensive one. It is a cheap, buy them at the corner shop kind of torch. And then she turns and she takes one more look at Amorette and is just like, so this is what you became. Well, and she walks off.
Excuse
just
you?
one little stab. Can we just like one little stab? Maybe 2? Just a little. No? Yeah?
She stops in front of Blaine. It's like, when your matters are concluded, you are welcome to come back this way, and I will unlock the front door for all of you to leave. Please ensure that you are done by the time the children have gone to sleep. I do not wish them disturbed. Their bedtime is in promptly an hour.
How very well taken care of they are here.
Yeah.
It is our joy to care for the children here.
Again, quite.
Isn't that right? And you are in your dress, and she looks at you. Isn't that right, young man?
Oliver is going to step up to her.
Oliver, please. It's fine. It's all right.
Oliver's
We
going to
can just
stand
go.
up. Kind of like takes a nail with his finger, kind of like scratches Amorette, gives him the bird. Kind of like falls off.
Did you give the matron the bird?
Yep.
I love Oliver so much.
She looks at you and she sniffs and a corner of her lip goes up. Oliver is used to scaring people. Oliver is actually a scary dude by his very presence, especially when he's unhappy. She doesn't even react. And there's the click of her heels as she makes her way back towards the dining hall.
We should keep going.
A quick perception check, difficulty 9.
Great. Alertness?
Perception alertness.
1 success.
No successes, but no ones.
Nice.
I don't see shit. My god, I actually don't see shit.
So apparently how not to make Amorette like perceive anything is just traumatize her. It's fine.
5 successes.
I am
Holy
actually shaking. This is how mad I am.
Yeah.
Sorry!
Oh.
This is not a nice person.
Do I get to punch her in the face just once? Like, it's like just...
Your actions are your choices.
Wanna stab
Consequences
her.
of which are yours too.
Listen, all I want to do is high-five her in the face with a brick. It's fine.
Your
Fine.
consequences are your actions.
Look,
Okay.
the only thing that's stopping Bellona from doing what she wants to do is Amorette.
Same.
Blaine, how many successes? Blaine, how many successes for perception?
I think it takes Blaine a second to read the captions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, where? What did he respond where?
3. You said 3.
Oh, he did? I
Blaine
didn't
holds,
hear- oh.
Blaine holds them up on his fingers, so I always know to check his fingers.
Ah,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah. So, 0 for Amorette, 3 for Blaine, 5 for Oliver. I'm guessing because he's staring daggers as she leaves.
Yep.
And how many for Bellona?
Sorry, I saw a message. What? Sorry, hello? What was the question?
How many alertness successes?
1 success.
Oh, homie.
Okay.
Alertness perception, yeah? Yeah, 1 success.
So you pick up that lights start flickering, the lights flicker as she leaves. As she walks down the corridors, those few lights that were on flicker. Blaine, you pick up that flicker is kind of happening every time she walks just under the light, just behind her is the flicker. Oliver,
Yep.
you swear for a second you saw something tall and thin reaching for her from a shadow, but it was in the shadow.
I don't like. Oh God. Oh God.
So the torch is there, the door is there, you guys, the door's unlocked.
Haunted.
What
I will
you gonna do?
Like, yeah, she'll go and she'll pick up the flashlight, pop it on, see how well it works, and then you guys ready to go?
This seems a little weird. I received a message on this device. I've never done it before. Do you know how to call overseas? How does that work?
I don't know.
Well, then it's gonna look rather hopefully at Thomas.
So for top of the
I think Blaine has not caught up with the captions yet.
No, not yet.
No.
Oh.
Is Blaine speaking? Because I did not hear anything, but the mouth seems to be moving.
There we go.
Oh, Blaine's sound is giving him an issue.
Ah. Sorry guys,
Gotcha.
tech difficulties, cause tech difficulties.
She has a birth certificate. What could happen?
Yeah, there it is.
That's the first thing that goes.
I love that that's the first thing that comes through.
And then deafens.
Oh no!
It's just a birth certificate. What can happen? Oh.
For
It's so funny to me.
For a heads up, guys, Blaine's hearing has decided to go AWOL today, so he has to read captions to know what's going on.
Yes, and also, for this episode, as we've already seen, we have the usual content warning and everything, but larger trigger warning, content warning for this session.
Yeah.
As it can deal with some icky things.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if at any point you feel uncomfortable and you need to step aside, definitely do so.
Yes.
I will say that the icky that has happened, there are other kinds of not so happies, but that is pretty much the biggest ick is the people. And yes, we will not be going worse than what we have just seen, other than descriptions.
There you go.
The fuck?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I was
Yes.
registering on the.
Hello.
Did he say something?
Blaine?
It picked up for a second, and then apparently just
Maybe it's the Jack.
Me? What did I do?
No. Blaine is having technical difficulty.
Yes.
I know how old she is.
No one else does.
No.
Oh,
Maybe that's an awesome competition we can have.
how
Guess
old
Bellona's
is
age.
Bellona? Bellona
Yes.
doesn't like this game. Also, I love that Vex is now the storyteller, and the first thing they do is play.
Who am I? I'm Oliver. I'm okay with this. I will be Oliver. Let's fuck shit up.
Oh,
This
Blaine gets to be Amorette.
This bitch. How come you get to stay Bellona though?
Because my name is the first and it doesn't change.
it's the power.
I have the power.
So you
we
know
just-
what we could do at some point,
No.
if we wanted,
Mhm.
to allow people to turn their cameras off and off if that was a thing. We could literally put like A, B, C in front of just a letter in front of each of our names on Discord, so that we would be in the order we had to be in on stream.
Yeah, but if your cam goes off, you automatically go to the very end, regardless.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I
That's
almost had it
why
solved.
when it comes to Discord and you want to like be a no face, the easier thing is just cover your actual physical camera than it is to switch off the camera so it doesn't mess up the layout.
Forget about that.
My friend has like a post-it note that he just keeps to. Blaine, come back! I don't need to call overseas that bad.
You know he's not in the call, so he can't hear you say that.
Blaine,
It's a joke.
come back!
What the hell just happened? The GM is spliced.
Oh.
Oliver is spliced. Amorette is spliced. We are all spliced.
Except me, because I'm special.
And Oliver.
Oh, yeah.
Yo.
We're fine now. Vex is back being the storyteller. So yeah, what happens to a storyteller?
Yeah, Storyteller, what happens?
Trauma. Congrats.
So I am
Mainly
playing
mine.
I am playing a sentient frog who is able to float
No.
behind Bellona, whispering dangerous things in her ear.
Nicole, you are Oliver. That's what you are. You have to play Oliver now. So wreck shit, be cool. Go for it.
I'm married. I have a
God
wife. I have a wife.
Happily married.
Oh, god damn it.
Is the sound working?
sound-
No, can't hear you. Bubba.
And Dice, you are now Thomas.
Yeah, how do you Thomas, Dice? How would you Thomas? I'm so curious.
Yes. How would I do, Thomas?
How would you do, Thomas? Is another question that
I am a yummy fangirl. I will ship it.
You know, of all the ships we've had for this game, I don't think Oliver and Thomas has been one that's come up yet.
Yeah.
Oliver and Thomas can't work because Oliver is married and monogamous.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, is he monogamous? Is he poly?
I don't
Will
know.
he dip his wick?
Here's a question: is Oliver the game is now just gonna be 20 questions for your character.
Okay.
So
Lynn-
confirmation that
Sorry, Six has asked where is Batgirl? Lenore, aka Bat Lady, not Batgirl, Bat Lady. There has been a very rare fruit bat born in captivity for the first time, and Lenore has abandoned the party's agenda to go see the baby bat because Lenore. Priorities. Baby bat. Okay. Blaine is rebooting, so should we take a quick little break?
yes, and in the meantime, I'll figure out whether or not Oliver is poly. Boys and girls and thems and themesies. We will know whether he is poly, if he's on the, does he eat the whole buffet? We're all going to know, because I will grill all of those questions out before the end of the break. In the meantime...
We could take a break, or we could do a Q&A. Who wants to know what about Bellona? Let's see.
No, we're taking a break now. Okay, then bye. I'm in control of the stream. I hold the power here. Bye. We're back. I totally did not ban one of my players in a panic, and didn't spend the last however many minutes trying to figure out how to unban them. This is fine. It's great. It's turning out wonderfully. Don't worry about us. We're fine. Right. What are we doing?
Okay, so
Your phone call.
you had just asked Thomas how to make an international phone call.
Yes. Thomas, please. Thomas. Yes. Oh, great.
Why is there no audio?
I don't know why. What happened
bud.
to you? It was there. We had audio. I swear.
We had
What?
audio. Oh.
One more time.
What country would you like to call?
There it is.
It worked. Very good question. Whatever country this number is calling from, messaging from, texting from, whatever terminology it is for this phone stuff.
I'll open the text.
It is calling from Germany.
The motherfucker's in Germany? No,
He's in Stockholm.
that's fair.
Well, I will communicate that back to Bellona. That whoever it is texting from Germany. What did I see? What it said?
I think when you open the text, she will put her hand over the text message, but show you the number.
Okay, Germany.
And how?
Coming from
If
Germany.
I just-
Do you know anyone there?
Yeah, now I do. And when I want to call this person, does it work the same as a local call?
Yeah, our phone plan covers international calls. Just hit the little green phone button.
Ah. Yes. Okay, thank you. Noted. And then puts the phone away. Apologies, that was something I will deal with later. I just needed to know for my own sanity. Who were you holding like that for a second? Was that Dio?
No, it was Hella. I'm sorry, it's never Dio when you want it to
It's
be.
never Dio. It's fine. I'm fine.
I'm sorry you're bad at recognizing ferrets. You have
To be
facial
fair,
blindness.
I
but
am
for
staring at. I have facial blindness for humans, much less ferrets. I can't even recognize my own fucking species. Yeah, right. Anyway, Bellona is totally not unnerved. Shall we?
What we
Yeah.
gotta do?
Allow me to change the music from whatever this is to something a little more terrifying.
So upbeat, so happy.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
But
It's
Amorette
just a
with-
birth certificate. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, it's fine.
we're almost done. Amorette will take the flashlight and we'll start leading the way to the records.
You walk through the metal door and there is still a smell of smoke. It is not recent. It is actually, there are spots that actually look a little bit damp from, you can hear dripping, that there's water damage somewhere. But the walls are blackened. There are children's drawings outside what used to be one of the classrooms that has been gutted by flame. There are broken windows on this side of the building in this wing. And there is clear signs that there was not just a fire, there was a large fire here. You guys are walking. As you pass the classroom door, there is one single desk still standing in this empty room facing the whiteboard. There is something on the desk. There's no reason for you to go in if you don't want to, but if you want to, you can check it out. A little way further would be the door that takes you downstairs to the basement. You'd have to pass through, past the classrooms and pass through where one of the rec halls were and the old library to get to the basement door.
Amorette will stop and look at the desk.
Do we have to?
When Amorette walks into the room, this was your classroom once upon a time. You sat here with kids of different ages because there were only 2 teachers at the school. And the one you had is long since dead. She was an old woman even when you were there. The board still has some chalk writing that's too faded to see, but it's there. It is black and it is cracked. It looks like it was a center point of where the fire happened. Other desks are damaged, are blackened, are burnt, but there's one pristine desk sitting in the cleared center of this room, and on it is a piece of paper. It is a very familiar drawing. You still remember being 10 years old and drawing pictures of outfits and clothing. And you see a picture you drew years ago that you thought had been taken and thrown away by your teacher for not paying attention in class. There is something new on the picture, though. There is a tall, long-limbed thing, very thin, standing beside you with red eyes.
She'll pick up the drawing. That is...
When Amorette picks up the drawing, there is something on the back of the paper. You guys see it, but because you're facing the back. But Amorette doesn't see it.
I'm sorry. What was on the back of the?
You guys can see an image on the back. But you have to step a bit closer. Something is written on the back.
Yeah, I'm a curious fuck. Okay, I'm going to go and step in and look at the thing. There seems to be something.
Yeah, why not?
On the we're all gonna die, this is fine. There seems to be something on the back of whatever it is you're looking at.
Flip it over.
You flip it over, and there is a picture of the teacher you had at the time. It's a nasty piece of work called Miss Brown. And there is a picture of Miss Brown lying down, covered in flames. And next to it, the words, "Hush, little baby, hush, my baby, hush, my baby, my baby, my baby, my baby."
I'm going to assume this isn't some sort of nursery rhyme common here.
No, and I didn't draw it. She'll flip it back around and show like the fashion like art.
Uh-huh.
I drew that. Not the creature back there and not the thing on the back.
Did you leave it here?
It was taken from me by the teacher. She'll flip it over to the teacher that's up in flames. It was her.
Right, so the teacher that is drawn on fire confiscated your piece of art that she is now drawn on. This is really disconcerting.
Yeah. Amorette's gonna...
Are all of you in the room, or did anyone stay in the corridor?
I don't know. Oliver, where are you?
I'm in the room right now. I'm just looking over things.
So I guess we're
Everyone's
all
in
in
the
the room.
Blaine, are you in the room?
He did say he joined us.
Okay. If any one of you looks behind you, the door was hanging half off the hinges. There is a creak of floorboards from the corridor.
No, I don't like that.
Loads up gun.
I'll look back.
You don't see anyone. But for a second, you could swear it's darker than it was before.
I hate that.
This is really reminding her of something she used to spend a lot of time around when she was little.
You tell them anything about that?
Trauma.
She'll set the paper down. Let's keep going, but oh boy, okay. As she starts walking out of the room. So before I knew any of this, what we are and all that existed, actually.
The bumps in the night?
Yes. I guess I never considered it could be an actual... When I was here, most of the kids ignored me, at best. So I found other ways to entertain myself and get companionship. One of which was the shadows that were around.
I'm sorry, you made friends with the shadows.
With the shadows, yes. I mean, they didn't speak to me, but could dance. We could, make believe. If the shadows were real, I wasn't alone.
Sorry, my brain fucking just went, you can dance if you wanna. I'm so sorry. All right. Are you trying to tell us that the shadows you made friends with are real?
I don't know.
Oliver is just going to like fire off a bullet right now.
Hey! Why? Why would you draw attention? Why would you do that? I don't want anyone else coming down here. Can we please put the gun away and go?
Sorry, I just
Please!
I,
Just put it away.
Are they special shadow killing bullets?
oh my god.
Thomas!
Our DM is giving is fuck. Fuck, I hate you so much right now. Oliver is just gonna like start running down the hallway.
Which way? Which way?
Did
Where we came or where we're going?
Where you going?
She's booking it after him. What the fuck? She's never the one chasing.
Bellona's gonna look at Thomas and be like, picks up her skirts and start running after them too. Why is this happening?
Okay,
I'm going to get leashes for all of them.
That's fair. That's fair.
There is a corner. You reach in the corner of the building where the corridor turns, and the library would be, or the rec area would be just ahead. And Oliver, you turn the corner. It is pitch black along this passage because there are no windows. There are also no lights on.
Ugh.
After a moment or two, Feign comes up behind you. Oh, sorry, Amorette comes up behind you with a torch, shines it down the corridor, and there's nothing.
Okay, I am not seeing. Okay, I'm not insane. I swear to God, I saw something.
What did you see?
I saw a hand. A spindly looking hand, just kind of like slowly put away in the back of the corner. This place is very spooky. What the fuck goes on in here?
You don't want to know. But the shadows were the nicest part of this place, so whatever they are, if they are here, they're fine.
And if they are not the shadow friends that you remember?
Then we can deal with that then. But I would much rather go to the records room, get what we need, and then leave. As soon as possible.
Alright, sorry. A little jumpy.
I understand. Believe me.
Right, in that case,
Records room is this way.
let us go get the birth certificate thing and get out of here then.
You hear something running down the corridor behind you, running towards you.
Gonna look.
A woman comes running down the corridor. She looks frantic, and she is swinging a torch left, right. She sees all of you, and she stops running, and she seems to straighten and come marching forward.
Okay.
Amorette recognizes Prudence. Prudence was about a year or two older than you. She didn't leave when everyone else aged out. She was very much not close to Matron, but favored by Matron. She would be the child who ratted out the others of their secrets. She'd be the matron's eyes and ears in the dormitory at night. And after she was supposed to age out, it was actually arranged for her to study teaching, and she stayed on as a teacher in the school. So her name is Prudence Tundle, and she comes walking up and looks at each of you and is like, "What was that noise?"
Sorry, I thought I saw a rat.
Was that a gunshot?
No?
And she she looks over you, she looks at Amorette for a second, and then her eyes shoot back. And she seems to she didn't recognize you for a second. And then she looks back at you and she's like, "So you needed an entire troop to come back here?"
They had nothing else to do.
We
Oh,
really
how-
didn't.
How nice for you.
It might be a strange concept for you to understand, but we actually enjoy each other's company.
Your mic cut out. Nothing is picking up. I'm so sorry.
We had it may be a strange concept, and then it went completely blank. This orphanage is messing with people's mics today.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It might be a strange concept for you, but we actually enjoy each other's company.
I don't see what there is to enjoy.
That would be your loss.
Bellona, it's not worth it.
Well,
For you.
I see your friends are a reflection of you yourself.
I know,
Okay,
that's why
what
we're simply
is
the
it?
best.
Okay, what is with all you guys?
No one is
treating my
talking to you.
friends?
No one
Well,
is
you're just-
talking to either of you. Please try and contain yourself. There are actual children who matter in these halls.
And Amorette doesn't?
Amorette is no longer a child in these halls. And
Neither
even
are
when she
you.
was. But I still work here.
Oh no, that wasn't the point I was making. I just thought as an adult you should be aware of the consequences of your actions.
Prudence, is there anything else we can do for you?
Keep quiet, get what you need, and leave.
Oh. On your way back to
I'm
watch
not
your
interested
back.
in anything you have to say. And she turns and she walks away. She completely ignores Bellona. She literally said, I'm not interested in what you have to
Yeah,
say.
that's
She wants
fine.
to leave.
She just there's something down here. Friendly advice.
4 wastrels with nothing better to do, apparently. And keeps walking.
Well, I gave her the friendly advice.
She stomps off, and you turn to go down the library again. Roll me a perception check, difficulty 7.
So a little murder. No?
3 successes.
Success, twinsies!
Okay.
Yo!
Just the one.
1 success. Again, you notice that as she walks, the lights flicker, but 2 of them stay off as she passes the classroom.
Oh.
But they turned off behind her. Those were 3 successes. There's something that is the corridor that you just shone the torch in. Now, Oliver was looking for something when you guys hit this corridor the first time. You looked at this corridor. When the torchlight goes back for you to walk down the corridor, you see on the walls, "My baby's home, my baby's home, my baby's home, my baby's home, my baby's home," across the walls of the corridor. Written different directions, different sizes, but all the way down the corridor, "My baby's home, my baby's home, my baby's home."
Okay, does anyone else see the strange writing on the walls here? Or am I just going insane?
I will have a look. Do I see the stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's disconcerting.
If you go up to have a close look, you notice it's not written onto the walls. It's been scratched onto the walls so deep that the shadows look like it's written.
Oh. I'm gonna try to touch it and see if it seems like it is new or been there for a while. Is there dust gathering in it? Like, is it?
There's no dust on the inside of them. There's a little bit of crumbly bits on the edges.
So it's new? Great. This seems like it's a recent engraving.
Let's keep going. And she'll lead them further in towards the records.
You guys head towards the library rec room. The access door to the basement is at the back of the library. It's a rec room / library. It's bookshelves on the walls with a few in the middle, desks for the kids to sit and work, 1 or 2 old couches with springs sticking out, moldy, disgusting. It looks like some water pipe burst, and there's grit and slime and grime on everything down here now. Most of the books were ruined by smoke damage or water damage when the fire happened. There is a picture or a series of pictures on one of the walls, and there is a very large staff picture on the opposite wall on either side as you walk from the store heading your way through to the basement door. The pictures on the wall seem to be of children, and some of them are very old, all the way back to sepia toned and light damaged, to more modern pictures.
What an interesting choice in decoration.
I mean, it makes sense to keep photos of the people that are in your care.
Thomas, roll me your what do you roll for your photographs? You roll empathy, I think. Your artistic roll.
You just said you're autistic, roll.
Yeah, same.
Artistic. AR.
Perceptivity or
There we go. Please roll that for me.
Your autistic roll is gonna kill me. I'm sorry.
By the
Honestly,
way, if
that's
anyone
all I
wants to
hear.
see what was on the child's drawing, it is in Jack's Discord on the Vampire the Endless thread.
Oh gosh, okay, sure. Let me traumatize myself. What the actual fuck is that? Hey Feign, I think I found your little friend.
That was on the other art piece.
Yes, I know. Think I found your little friend.
What did you roll, Blaine?
sorry.
There is something uniform about those photos. It's the other side of the room. It is dark. There are windows here, though, so moonlight is getting in. So there's a little bit of light. There is something about the photos of the children that seems very uniform. They don't look like action shots. They don't even look like... They look almost like portraits in a way. Like when you take school photos for kids and everyone has to sit a certain way and face a certain direction. But it's not a school portrait kind of pose. All of them are taken from an up angle. All of them show children wide-eyed looking at the camera person. There is a message in a brass plate above, but you can't read it in the darkness. And the star photo on the other end, something has drawn X's on the picture.
This is weird.
Do you go have a closer look at the kids' photos?
Yeah.
We shine the torch up here.
Amorette will move the flashlight.
The brass plaque is quite big and it has a single phrase on it. Reflect and find correction within yourself. And when you shine the light, you see these kids. Some of them are terrified, pale, gaunt looking. They are all taken from an upwards angle, like an adult standing taking a picture of them. They are all in a room with a concrete floor, concrete walls, and a single light source. There is nothing else in a room the size of a closet. And they all look grungy and dirty like they were in that room for a while. You can roll me a perception check.
What's up with the closet portraits?
Um, that's how we were taught. Corrected. Um, they would put you in there, and then when your time was up, they'd bring you out. And until then, you wouldn't talk to anyone, you wouldn't see anyone. You'd get food sometimes. That's yeah.
Did anyone roll the perception check?
Two successes.
There is a photo near the more modern end. It is a very familiar looking face.
Is it of Amorette?
It's of Feign. It is a small boy. He looks to be about 8 years old. Dark hair. I think it was, what color eyes?
Greenish blue.
Greenish blue eyes. And it is a very familiar face. Do you want to add any details about your photo, Amorette?
Not really. It's this pretty much the same one, same thing as the rest of them. The Fane's sitting in that photo, and the look in his eyes is just empty. It's like there's nothing there.
This is Feign in the photo, but the hair is dark and the eyes are a different color. And for Thomas, the face looks even more familiar. There's a very strong resemblance to another child in Thomas's past. Your child. This could be your son at the same age.
Thomas will reach up, like hand visibly shaking, and touch the cheek on the photo. Wayne?
Who?
He's welling up a little blood tears.
Thomas, are you all right? Amorette will step up a little closer. and will gently put an arm on Thomas's arm. Are you okay? What's wrong?
Thomas will slowly bend down on one, turn around, take off his gloves. I like to do the thing, like I don't have to hold push to talk. And he will ruffle his fingers through Amorette's hair. And as he does so, it turns the same shade as his. And run his thumb over their eyelid.
Wait, hold on. Is this happening in front of us? Thomas is just changing Amorette's hair in the middle of this creepy...
Yep.
Thomas, do you really think this is the time?
Thomas, this could be Owain's twin. Right now, looking at Amorette with the dark hair and the eye color, this could be Owain's twin. Identical twin.
He's like very over, like, he's normally very quick and witty, and he's like, his voice is breaking. He'll point back at the picture that's my son.
No. I'm sorry, that's me. Jack.
Bellona's having a Bellona moment.
Yes.
Bellona, you have known him for 50 years in the city of Washington.
I know about your child, don't I, Thomas?
Sorry, 30 years. You've known him for 30 years in the city of Washington. Feign is literally turning like 22 years old. The timelines do not add up.
Oh, good. Yes, right. Thomas, this is Amorette. Been with us for about a year or so. Not your child.
Not your kid.
He is shook.
Not your child.
He'll shake his head. Right. Right. It's just a coincidence.
Yes, we know Amorette. Thomas, are you okay?
I'll be okay. I'll be fine.
Amorette will step up, and will sort of just hold out her arms. And, do you want a hug?
The torch
Pick her up.
flickers, and as you reach for Amorette, the torch flickers. Darkness comes to the room with the exception of the moonlight by the windows. And Amorette, you feel something grab the back of your dress and yank you backwards about a meter or two.
Fuck!
The fuck?
She squealed. As she
So, Thomas, you reach to hug, and in that flicker of darkness, you hug nothing. And Amorette is pulled back 2 or 3 meters. Not hurt, not knocked over, but something grabbed the back of your dress and yanked you backwards. The torch light comes back on, and you guys can't see anything.
That yanked Amorette?
You don't see anything that yanked Amorette. You do, however, see one of the bookshelves by the door you came in has been tipped over and is blocking the door now. You didn't hear it.
That wasn't there.
Now you guys believe me that something's up?
I always believed you.
Oh, sorry. Oh, God.
I think our problem was that we didn't believe your gun would do anything.
Yeah, okay.
Amorette's gonna reach up, grab a photo, and shove it in to like her bag, and is going to gesture forward. Records room, birth certificate, and then we can go.
Yes. Yes.
And she'll look back at Thomas for a second. I'll save that hug for when we're out of here. And then she'll go forward.
Bellona just looks back, don't know who's closest, Oliver or Thomas, and just be like, I don't believe that something in here likes us touching Amorette.
Smash over something if you don't like us talking with Amorette, you piece of shit.
Oliver. Does anything happen?
You hear this very deep growl.
Oh, great. That's wonderful.
For a moment, it seems like the shadows in the room lengthen and spread out.
It's alright. It's alright. Everyone looking to Oliver, to Bellona, to Thomas, and then just to the room in general.
Out of the corner of your eye, for a second, and it's literally just a second, there was a figure silhouetted on the window, silhouetted by the moonlight. But as you turn your head to look, it's gone.
Amorette's bested with Slender Man.
It's true.
Little bit.
Yes, and you make what friends you can get.
Oh, buddy. I'm going to try find this fucking birth certificate.
Yeah, we're going to the records room now.
Cool.
You get to the back of the library, and there's the staircase going down into the basement. The records room is in the basement among the storage areas. It's quite a big area down there. The room of reflection is also down there. So is the room of correction. And you open the door. It is pitch dark. It is not a little dark. It is you can't see past 2 steps without help. Those of you who have auspex, you're welcome to use heightened senses. You'll be able to see and make your way around. Everybody else, I hope you have a light source. It is that dark that once you are down there, you will not see your hand in front of your face.
I don't think I have that.
I think I got a flashlight on me or something. Maybe not.
I'm a heightened my senses. I don't want to be down here in the dark, like dark.
I can't see anything.
So, Amorette, your awareness is not happy. Your awareness, I'm not even going to make you roll. That downstairs is not empty. There are things down there.
We aren't alone down here. How many of you can see?
I can see the light of the torch. Not much else. Whoever is next to me is going to get a hand clasping their arm. I don't care who it is. If you're next to me, I'm holding your arm.
Is the torch working again?
It's working again. It's not
Right.
very bright because it's a cheap torch. Oliver, you've got a little pen light. Not Oliver. Yeah, Oliver has. You have a little pen light. You said, so you've got a tiny little torch to take down with you. Your tiny torch is brighter than this, thing.
Yeah.
This flashlight. It's a cheap, rinky-dinky plastic flashlight, the one they gave you.
Right.
So those of you with Auspex, you can activate Auspex to be able to see down below.
Yep.
Blaine, do you have it? Okay.
I think the only person who doesn't have it is Bellona.
I think the only person who does have it is actually... The only one who does have it is Amorette.
Oh my god, so 3 of us can't see?
You have the lights. You have the torches.
Yeah, you have the torches.
So we're gonna be
And
the 3
Emmerich
of us.
hands off the torch to someone who doesn't have the sight.
3 of us are gonna be huddled around this torch.
And Oliver has his light.
Yeah.
Okay. Me and Thomas are gonna be real close to each other, huddling over this torch. Yes.
And Amorette is going to start leading the way to the records room and is going to do her damnedest to avoid going near, looking at, or anything to do with the other two rooms.
So
Well,
you
specifically the other two rooms.
you make your way down the stairs, and the kind of stairs that are built with a space underneath.
Oh, I hate those. Oh, those are the worst. She starts doing the high knees thing to, like, get down these stairs.
Oh, clip, clap, clip. Does anyone actually look under the stairs?
Sure.
You walk down, and Oliver being Oliver, you're shining your torch all over, and swinging it, you actually shine it under the stairs and notice that there are gaps. Something could reach through and grab you through those stairs. But nothing does. There are a whole bunch of boxes and crates down there. But as the light drifted past, you saw that, you know how cats have that reflective lens on their eyes?
Yep.
You saw about 5 or 6 of those, and then they were gone. So you shine the torch there more carefully. There is not enough space for anything to be under there. But you could have sworn you saw 5 or 6 eyes.
Sets of eyes? Or just 5, 6 eyes?
5 or 6 eyes.
Nope, don't like that.
If you want to roll to give yourself night vision, you can. Talking to Blaine.
God, that thing's creepy.
I hate
Me?
it here.
Keep opening the chat.
I'm gonna throw my computer. Okay, 5 or 6 eyes is what I got out of that.
Under the stairs, there were 5 or 6 eyes, and when he shined the light, they disappeared.
I don't like it here.
Lovely.
Yeah, me neither. Let's just keep going. No matter what we see, no matter what happens, that is kind of the rule of this place. No matter what you see, no matter what you hear, no matter what happens, you keep going.
You seem the most knowledgeable about how this place works.
Yeah, one could say.
Down here is dusty, and it has the same slime and dampness of the library. You're walking through, and there are shelves and boxes and crates. There are old cans and old tins of paint. There are ladders that I would not trust to hold up a 5-year-old anymore. There are things covered in cloth that you can't see what's underneath without moving the cloth. And it is a labyrinth of passages. You head down the corridor that would take you to the records room, but you have to stop. There is about 5 meters of boxes and shelves blocking the passage. There is another way if you loop around.
Right. Other way. Just follow me. There's an easier way around. And just backtrack to head around the loop.
Gonna follow Amorette.
The torches
Alright.
flicker
Oh, I hate that.
and stay on.
Nah.
So Amorette leads you the other way, and there is only one other way to the records room. You need to go through the passage that attaches to the room of correction, and then past the room of reflection.
Why are you the way you are, Nicole? I despise that entire sentence.
What, me? Why am I the way I am? Blessings from the Lord, that's why. But someone downstairs got involved. So we're going to have a quick bathroom break.
This is fine. We're fine. This is great.
So,
Anyway, 5 minutes break. Thank you guys for being here. Yup. Bye. Hi, we're alive.
Jack, I love you exploding in chat.
Dude, listen, I was so... Like, it didn't even... Logic didn't occur to me that, yes, I've known this man for this long. There is no way this man could sire a child this young. By sire, I mean biologically have this child. Because he's dead. But anyway, yes. Good times. I'm fine. I don't know what you're talking about. I swear to God, if Amorette turned out to be Thomas's child, like... just... The urge to just go, Daddy, in chat was just horrible.
Oh, lovely.
I am, thank you. Shall we continue?
Yeah.
Are we back to being traumatized? Just so I know what ambiance to bring up.
Yes, back to trauma. I mean, no, happy, fine. You guys have to go through the room, well, past the room of correction, and then through the room of reflection to get to the record room.
Walk down the hall.
Walk it down the hall.
Which room is first? The room of correction is first, yes?
The room of correction is first. That is where the photos are taken.
I think it's the other way around. Okay. So as Amorette gets up to the door, is it open? Is it closed?
The door is open.
If it was closed, she could have ignored it so much easier. It's not. Amorette will pause and will look in the room.
There is a child-sized figure facing the corner in the back of the room. You hear sniffling and you hear very soft sobs.
Going in, that any self-preservation far outweighs the need to comfort a child in this situation.
Amorette is going to be eaten by a child monster.
That's fine.
What do you mean it's fine?
The rest of you see, because she's leading the way, Amorette walked forward, stopped, looked at the room, and then immediately walked in.
Amorette? Thomas, I'm going to be dragging you, and then, like, follows Amorette. Like, we're not leaving Amorette alone here.
Do I get to the child?
I'm just waiting to hear what everyone's reactions are. Oliver, your reaction?
Oliver is just like, he's been some spooky shit, he's seen some bullies, he's just like, he's not having a good time right now.
Are you going to wait in the passage?
I'm following suit.
You reach the child and you reach out to them. Everything in you tells you, don't let them turn around. Don't let them turn around.
Yeah.
Everything inside of you, this child is sobbing softly. They are hiccuping with tears. And everything in you as you reach for this child is saying, don't let them turn around.
Fuck this child, can we go? Yeah. That wasn't Bellona, that was me.
Briefly, she's going to close her eyes and turn away from the child towards
I had to make a self-control roll. This barely made it 1-6.
Can I roll, like, perception to see what the fuck I'm looking at?
She is turning around.
Okay.
A childlike figure facing the corner, crouched over, crying.
Can I roll to see if it's haunted?
I'm getting the worst feeling from this.
Does
it look like an actual child, or is it just a child-like?
It looks like, well, now that you're this close, it looks like a child. They're wearing a checkered red shirt. They're wearing grey shorts. It's a little boy with dark hair. And he's not reacting to you. He's just curled over, crying and facing the corner. His head is against the wall. that he doesn't want to turn around.
If this motherfucker looks like Feign.
There's no way she can leave a child there. There's literally no way. There's no other option. She's going to kneel down and gently place a hand on his arm.
As soon as you touch him, he goes still, and the sobbing stops.
Ooh, eat the child.
You want to get out of here? Is it okay if I pick you up? All right. And she will gently scoop him up.
As you pick him up, you lift him, and he finally looks up at you. As you pick him up, you turn him towards you, and he looks up at you. His teeth go up to here. His lips are torn open. His face is of a wrinkled old man with large eyes, and he laughs and latches onto your neck. Behind you, the door slams closed, and your flashlights start to flicker and flicker off and on and off.
I gotta make a roll real quick.
How far?
No,
How far away am I?
About 1.5 meters, 2 meters. This room is about 4 meters by 4 meters big. And there's a lot of you in here.
Screaming, throwing herself backwards, trying to not quite trying to get it off. She seems more concerned with finding the door and getting out of the room than getting the weird creature off of her.
Wait, is this thing like biting Amorette?
It's grabbing at Amorette's neck, and it starts to squeeze.
Okay. Potence ripped the thing off and just had like a shotgun right next to him.
You grab onto it and you rip it off, and you lift the shotgun to shoot it, but as you pull it away, you're holding an empty shirt.
The fuck is that?
Okay. All right.
There
how
is
close
no-
are we?
There is
To the
no
right-
sign of the thing. It's just gone.
The
There is an
fuck?
empty shirt in your hand. There is an empty pair of pants and shoes on the floor.
What in the seven hells is that?
Hey, Jim, is the door unlocked?
The door's closed.
She is Amorette, especially now that like Oliver has removed the thing from her, she has booked it, hands feeling along the walls to this door, and she, under her breath, is just, please let me out, please let me out, please let me out, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here, please, I don't want to be here.
You have enough sight that you can see the shape of the door. It's still dark. It's still, because the torchlight's flickered off. And it is still hella hard to see, but you can see the door and you can see the handle. You turn it and the door is not locked. You know what it feels like when this door is locked. It doesn't move. This seems to shift slightly as if something is holding it closed from the other side.
She starts with one hand rattling the door handle, and with the other she is banging on this door. It like eventually she starts sliding down the door, just banging at it, scratching at it, trying her damnedest to get out of this door. She is pleading over and over and over again to not be let in there again, to not be left in there again. Please don't forget about her again.
So, as you bang the door, you can feel something is banging at the same time from the other side of the door. There's this match to your bangs constantly. And as you're pleading and pleading, suddenly the banging stops and the door is ripped off the hinges and goes flying backwards. It smashes against the opposite wall. The corridor is not dark, the corridor is abyss. And then you see the floor again, you see the roof, you see the walls.
She crawls her way out of the room and huddles up against the wall and just tucks her head into her knees and just starts rocking back and forth.
Can the others do me quick perception rolls, please?
Will I be able to perceive anything? I don't have the thingy thing.
The torches, when the door got knocked off and hit the wall, the torches came back on.
Oh, okay.
3 successes.
Bellona, did you botch?
I didn't botch, but I didn't roll a single success.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Thomas, how many? None. Okay. Oliver, you see that tall thing stepping back.
Perception?
Yeah, perception. Sorry, I thought you said none. One. As that door went shooting back, you saw that tall thing behind the door pulling it and then stepping back into the shadows. Oliver, you actually see it holding something child-sized and throwing it into the darkness before it disappears.
All right. Oliver is going to step in front of Amorette, aim the shotgun at the thing, and just say, "One more step and I'm going to blow you away."
You're talking to nothing.
Oh, come the fuck on!
Oliver, what are you talking to?
That's the thing, is you saw as the door was pulled back, it was behind the door as if it was ripping the door. And then you saw it when it stepped into the shadow. It was holding something child-sized. It threw it into the darkness, and then it followed it into the darkness. And then it was gone.
I'm going to do something stupid here.
Always do something stupid, please.
All right, cool. Oliver's going to follow the thing into the darkness.
Oliver, it's just
There's
like
a wall.
just Bellona is like, Oliver, what are you talking to? Where are you going? And then Oliver's just gonna be like,
Okay.
hey, Oliver, you got a hand in your collar dragging you back into the room. If you let her.
Yeah.
Could we not just walk into the darkness?
You can. You'll hit the wall. Maybe you'll bump a box.
I think that
Or
was too
crate.
Oliver.
That was to Oliver.
Okay. I don't. Fuck! I don't. God damn it! Oh, fuck! Alright.
I have a feeling this might not be just because of the monster child trying to strangle Amorette.
She flinches back against the wall before
Stream
it
froze.
takes a second. Whoop. Oh, we're back. Before it takes a second and recognition comes back and she reaches up in return.
Bellona, as Thomas picks up Amorette, nothing pulls her away. But because you are standing further from the others and closer to the darkness, you hear this angry hissing behind you. But nothing happens.
Just turning to the angry hissing. I have no idea what the fuck it is, but I've lost my patience. And she's just going to... You stop it right there. We are trying to help. Whatever you are.
Yeah.
Just
I don't know what's funnier,
behave.
Bellona talking to the shadows in a mom voice, or just Bellona doing a mom voice, period.
I have put up with your nonsense. This is enough.
I will turn this coterie around.
Basically.
The hissing stops, and for a moment it seems like the corridor gets a little bit lighter. Like your torches aren't struggling to break through the darkness as much.
I don't know if I should be surprised that that worked or not. Alright. How is Amorette doing? She's just gonna check with Thomas and Oliver because...
Good.
Great. Wonderful. She's also the only one who knows where the rec room is.
I'll be fine.
Yes, I've started to realize when you say that, you don't mean it.
And she will hop down from Thomas after a little while, kind of stretch up, try to dust herself off. All right, one more unpleasant room to pass, and then we're at the records. Let's just...
Would you like a hand, or do you prefer walking by yourself?
It seems like it's better for now if I'm just on my own, but thanks.
Does a little nod.
She will start walking forward once more.
Bellona is shadowing you. Again.
If Bellona gets within like a certain distance,
Oh yeah, no, she will obviously
speeds up.
Yeah. No, she'll obviously keep a distance, whatever
Mm-hmm.
feels comfortable with, but she's not leaving her out of reach. And nope.
You guys keep going, and you get to a set of double doors. They look like the doors on a gym. They are swing doors. There are glass windows in either one, but the windows are greasy and cracked and dirty. There is no sign of the door having been used for a while. There are no track marks on the ground showing the doors opening and closing. And above it, very clearly, plastered on a white placard, is the Room of Reflection.
Am I right?
Pauses outside the doors.
Am I right in assuming that this is solitary for the orphanage?
Nope, that was back there.
So
That's what we just came from. You asked about the scars. You're about to find your answer. And she is going to head into the room.
Follows. Definitely not leaving Amorette alone in that room.
I am going to break tone for just a moment just to say safety note. If you do have triggers, please mute. There's going to be a bit of a description. It is nothing sexual. There are no actual children being harmed in this game. It is one of our red flags that children are never harmed in this game. But there is description that hints towards past harm. So if that is a trigger, please mute. I will give you double thumbs up when it is safe to unmute again. So, the doors swing open and you walk in, and this is quite a large space where you would expect to see gym equipment and gym mats and basketball nets in this indoor space, and it's big. It's about the size of a small ballroom. There is instead, against the wall of mirrors, iron bathtubs with canopies over them and just enough space for a head to stick out. Thomas, you will recognize these as ice baths that they used to do in the 1940s and 50s. They used to use them in mental asylums for adults, not children. There is piles of chains with shackles near certain benches and tables. One of the walls has clipped onto it in very neatly aligned floggers, lashes, belts. There's even a whip. There are places that a child would be forced to sit and maintain their balance in a way that is not natural, that would be very uncomfortable over a few minutes and excruciating over a few hours. There are a couple of buckets to the side. There are some devices you don't even know what they're used for. There is a machine you can recognize, again, Thomas, as an electrolysis machine near what looks like a dentist chair. And in the room there is the smell of old blood. On the walls there are posters listing rules, listing behavior requirements, listing Bible passages. There are walls that list instructions of how to be a decent person in a room where there is no decency to be found. And I'm not going to get more descriptive than that because of the location.
What a lovely name for such a despicable room.
Oliver just kicks over a bathtub.
You kick it.
Amorette full
You kick it.
inches.
Oliver kicks it so hard that it goes flying into one of the others, and it bends in and it dents. And as you do, there's a crack, and this black water pours out.
Ew. Please don't tell me it smells like copper.
Thomas walked over to the walls and ripping on the pub.
You rip off the poster, and it's kind of strange. There is, again, mold, and it's under where the poster was, but there is no mold outside the edges of the poster.
That's okay.
You do get the sense that the roof is unnaturally high here. Like the roof in this room is higher than the roof in the hallway. And Amorette, the last time you were in this room, you were still like, you were a teenager, but you were still little. You are still little. You are a little tiny person, you. But the room never felt quite as big as this. It feels big. Perception checks, please.
I can do that. Unfortunately.
Amorette awareness check, please.
That would be 3 successes for me.
Okay.
5 over here.
For perception, no successes. For awareness, 5.
There are so many eyes on you right now. There are so many presences watching you right now. If you can see the vampire thread in Jack's Discord or in our chat, you're welcome to have a look. The mirrors are reflecting this, standing behind all of you. There are shadowy figures with glaring white teeth and eyes all throughout the room, standing behind and around you, near the tools, near the posters, hiding behind and ducking behind the basins, all reflected in the mirror. You can't see them in the real world.
Let's get out of here. The records is through those doors.
Yeah.
And she will walk, but she keeps her eyes trained on the ground. Her posture is perfect. No slouching whatsoever. And she moves very swiftly, but properly.
So, who rolled? Blaine, you rolled 3. Oh, Bellona rolled 3. How many did Oliver and Blaine roll?
5.
5 and 2. Okay. So, Blaine and Bellona, you see the figures in the mirrors. You all three of you see the figures in the mirrors. Bellona, you notice that there is one figure that is in the mirror but seems to be standing apart from the others. Thomas, you notice that a lot of these things are trying to step forward, but they seem to be struggling to step forward. It's almost like they're trying to step out of the mirrors. Something is stopping them. And that one separate figure isn't facing you, it's facing them.
Is the one that seems to be standing away from the others a tall, skinny Malinky?
And it's the only one that has red eyes, not white eyes.
Oh, love that. Okay, cool. We should go.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Okay.
Whoever is walking at the back, as you are the last one to pass the mirrors, they crack. They
Oh no.
don't cracks as you pass.
I don't know what happened. You froze for a second. All I know is something cracked.
So whoever's at the back, as the last person passes the mirrors, as they pass, the mirrors crack into a spider web of cracks and broken glass. They don't shatter, they don't fall, they stay in place, but this network of spider cracks follows you as you leave the room.
Nope.
Oliver's just slipping off the bird to it.
Bye.
You leave the room.
I'm not sticking around to see whatever the hell that was.
I feel like Bellona would be the last one. And if Thomas tries to turn around, she's just gonna both hands on his back and just push. Like, no, we're leaving now. Just, let's go.
You leave the room, you step through the opposite door. They are also swing doors. Just before the doors swing shut behind you, you do hear sibilant hissing, growls, even a shriek. But as the doors swing closed, it goes back to silence. You follow the corridor, one more turn, and you get to where the records room is. I'd like anyone who wants to do a perception check of something straight ahead, but it is a difficult one. You need a 10 to see this.
Great.
I need to send you a screenshot of this roll.
Oh.
4 10s! Jeez.
Holy crap.
I definitely did not get that. Jesus Christ.
What did you roll?
Screenshot us.
I am calling. If I could find my screenshots, that'd be great. There we go.
Wow.
Holy shit!
What did you roll? Wait, where is it?
7 tens
Am I
Huh?
blind?
No.
Where is it?
in the vampire chat.
General.
Whoa.
It's in general.
2 10s, 3 9s, and an 8.
Yep.
Holy shit. Do you want to see what I rolled?
Hi. Okay, so you got 2 tens. Blaine, you got 1 10. No, you got 4 tens.
Blaine was insane.
Oliver?
And
I got 110.
Ooh!
I got.
Like, I knew rolling all those 10s is gonna kick me in the ass.
Oliver got 110.
Yep.
Okay. Again, I'm going to describe, but I want to just let everybody know I like to dump pictures in Jack's Discord because pictures sometimes help.
Help! Yes, help traumatizers. Absolutely. What the fuck is that?
What the fuck is that?
No, 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 no. Nobody. No. Nope. Oh, it's worse when I open it up. Oh.
God.
Well, this
So,
hands.
Bellona, we're going to talk separately.
Oh, great.
No from me, dog.
That's a no
We're going
for
to talk
me.
separately, Bellona. At the
I
end of the
mom voiced
corridor,
that.
drifting around the corner, for those who cannot see the picture, there is a figure that seems to be made of shadow with a core of bright light, which is what illuminates him in the darkness. His eyes are glowing golden, and wisps of shadow come off of him, making his hair and his cloak, or its hair and cloak. Its skin is dark. It has no facial features that seem human. There is no nose, no mouth, no ears. And its robes are made up of screaming figures clawing and holding onto trying to claw their way out of the darkness into that spot of light in its core. And without sound, it drifts past, out of the shadow, and around the corner where the records room would be.
I hate it here.
Blaine, Bellona, about that role of yours. You know, Bellona, there's somebody you know who has shadow magic, who likes to appear very much in the darkness, whose eyes sometimes glow golden. And you think you just saw him up ahead.
Oh, motherfuck.
What y'all gonna do?
I'd like to go to a corner and hyperventilate, please and thank you. Damn it. Yep,
Amorette
nope.
gonna look.
Did I break my players? What are you guys gonna do?
That's
to do with this?
That's all she does. She's gonna find a corner and she's gonna stand with her back to the corner, facing the room so she can see everything, try to see exits, and just, hyperventilate. It's fine.
Here's the problem. You're in a passage. The only corner is the one that thing just walked around.
I'm gonna
Behind
have my
you-
back to the fucking
Behind
wall.
you are the swing doors that lead back to the gym.
Yeah,
Or the
I'm
room
not.
of reflection.
I'm backing up to the fucking wall. Just Scooby-Doo. I'm dope.
So Bellona, who you have never seen afraid of anyone or anything, has just backstepped against the wall and is hyperventilating, grabbing onto the walls.
Yep.
Amorette's gonna walk over very slowly, very gently. What's wrong? It was just another shadow. What's wrong?
Okay.
It's not another fucking shadow. It's one of his.
Of whose?
I can't be here. We can't be here. We need to go.
You guys stay here. I'll be back.
You're not going alone in this place. You are hell not going alone in here.
Please don't go, Amorette.
Someone. I don't have a choice.
Why? There's always a choice. Not going into that room is definitely a choice.
And what? So I came all this way for nothing. All through that. For nothing.
Oh boy.
Bellona, I can't do that. If I have to come back here, I have to have something to show for it. I cannot have been in there again for no reason. I can't do that. You can't ask me to do this. I'm sorry, you can't. I can't ask you to go with me, but I can't.
Fine. I was meant to face him eventually anyway.
You don't have to go. You can.
I'm not letting
Stay
you
right
go
here.
alone just as you cannot not go. Especially not if... You're not going alone, Amorette.
We'll keep you safe if anyone's down there.
I don't think anyone can.
We'll see.
Son of her just... Boom, boom, bitch. Bet. Like, it just...
I am standing right here.
The best part in the back of my head, as Bellona said that, I'm like, Oliver can.
Oh, boom, boom. Challenge accepted. Fucking love Oliver.
Gonna start heading up towards the records room, keeping a good distance between herself and the others.
You head to the edge of the corner and turn the corner to find the corridor has a light. There is no sign of the figure. The shadows look reasonable. It doesn't even look too dirty. And there is the records room ahead.
Gonna start heading towards it.
Okay. The door to the records room isn't locked. And as you swing the door open, you hear a deep creak of the door.
Gonna head in and start looking around. I need my shit.
It is a mess. It is a disaster. There is very little filing other than alphabetically A's can go on this shelf or this pile. Things have been shoved to the side for filing later. Some of it is damaged from damp. A lot of it is just crackling with age. There's a shelf with boxes, very thin boxes, but still boxes, where if you open one, personal effects and things were put inside. But the personal documents for each of the children as well. But there doesn't seem to be anything past a year ago.
She is gonna start looking everywhere.
Okay, so this is going to be, if you have the library skill, you can use it, but I don't think any of you have it. This would be, honestly, investigation. Let's go with investigation. Intelligence. difficulty 9.
No success.
No successes.
No.
Did you
I
roll
rolled
a
it.
bunch?
No, I rolled a 10 and I rolled a 1. And they canceled it.
Jeez, Blaine,
Damn!
nice. 10 and 5 and 3. Is Oliver looking for the stuff, or is Oliver busy with other
Oliver,
things?
Oliver's looking for the stuff. He's trying to help out his friends as much as possible to get the hell out of here fast.
Yep.
So, what's your successes?
Two successes?
I'll get to you, Blaine, in a second. Oliver and Bellona, you start looking through piles. You recognize that the boxes, at least, they're supposed to be alphabetical by surname, by last name, which makes it a lot more difficult because you don't know what Feign's last name in the orphanage was. And you are paging through, looking, and eventually you find a box from the year, the time period you think it should be, the shelf that it should be on. You go through, you dig, and you find a box on a pile of O's. It says O'Malley, Feign. On the other side of it,
O'Malley
Blaine.
with an E?
O'Malley, Feign. Yeah, on the side of the box.
No, I meant does the O'Malley have an E?
It does have an E.
Okay. Cool.
Blaine, you are helping to look, but you are looking on the other side of the room to where they are. And with your 5 successes, while you are digging around and looking, you notice something. There is a shelf that bounces away from the wall, and you have enough secret rooms built into your home and enough secret passageways built into your home. You recognize this for what it is. There is something behind the shelf. So you look and you dig and you start pulling the books and the files forward until one doesn't pull easily. And you pull it and there's a click and this thing swings open. There is insane amounts of dripping noises. And there is a staircase leading down. It is dark, and as you look in, you don't see what is illuminating it, but there is a circle of light illuminated somewhere inside this room. You can see into a big open space that is mostly darkness with an illuminated spot in the middle. And there are sigils and there is an altar in the middle of that patch. The altar looks like it was carved from stone. It doesn't look like it was made by hands of man. It looks like a shaped piece of rock.
Can I make an intelligence occult check?
Not right now. You are too far away. You are standing at the top of a staircase looking down into a cavern.
Okay. I found a creepy basement in the basement.
Great.
I think I found your grandson.
He doesn't know what they
Grandchild.
found. They haven't said anything yet. So he's like, hey, I found this.
But let's just-
Bellona just said it.
I think I found your grandchild. Feign, did you know your surname was
what?
O'Malley? Amorette,
What?
your surname is O'Malley. With an E.
I've never... As far as I've known, my full name is Amorette Feign.
I'm gonna open it. Does it have a picture of Amorette?
Sorry, you guys froze for a second.
I said I'm gonna open it and see if, like, does it have a picture? Does the dates coincide?
There are admission paperwork. Attached to the admission paperwork is a very small picture of a child at about 2 years old, maybe 3. The paperwork says that the child was voluntarily handed over to the state, and the state allocated them to Our Lady of Mercy. The dates match up, and it was Thomas's son who handed over the child.
I will read all of that out loud.
Inside the box, there's also a locket of a saint. It is the Irish locket of Saint Christopher, patron saint of travelers. Thomas, this is something you will recognize. You left this with your son when you went to war.
Okay.
Bolan's gonna look at Oliver. Should I not have said anything?
He's like hyperventilating right now. Note, he has no need to breathe. He's freaking the fuck out.
Okay, it's all gonna work out. It's all gonna be okay. We got the stuff. We can leave now.
Anyone looking at Thomas while he's having his panic attack, there is an open bookshelf behind him. There is a doorway leading down into darkness behind him.
Great, more shadows. That's totally exactly what I want to do. To go into the shadows. Should I do realize this is a very intense moment for the both of you. But we have this now. Should we go?
Yeah.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yes. Great.
Thomas, do you close the bookshelf or do you leave it open?
I'm gonna close it.
When you turn to close it, you notice that there's something lying on the altar.
Oh, come on. I'm not here for the cult stuff.
You don't get a choice. I mean, whatever you say.
Sure, thanks. Thanks, bro.
I think dice are being rolled.
These dice are made for talking.
Thomas, what are you rolling?
He's deciding.
Dice.
Rolling.
Are you? If you're talking, can't hear a thing. buddy.
Thomas failed that check and is. I'll go.
You broke up. Say it one more time.
You hear that?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Thomas failed the check and he is now going down the single month.
going
He's
Following that
downstairs?
motherfucker. I am following that motherfucker.
Clarity, grabbing him and just dragging him out.
Oh, he pulled a Bellona.
Oliver grabbed the back of your jacket and he's pulling you backwards.
I'll make a contested strength check. I'm gonna lose, but he's focused.
Just pointing out, he's grabbing your jacket, not your skin. You got celerity too.
Nicole,
Good,
you
three.
bloody
He's
potster.
like digging his nails into the wall, like.
Oliver, strength and potence.
Strength.
Is
and-
anyone having Blaine break up a little bit, or just me?
Yeah.
A little
Yeah.
bit, yeah.
Thankfully, I can still like make it out, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
So I made a strength check because he's hyper focused right now. So he's digging his claws into the walls, trying to stop pulling him up.
Oh my word.
I got 3 successes, Nicole. Whatever that's worth.
Guys,
it doesn't
don't forget-
matter how many successes you get, as long as you have like 2 1s, it's considered a botch.
Each one cancels your success. When you get to -1, that's a botch.
Okay.
So
all right.
A1 cancels a success. So if it takes you
So-
down to 0, you're fine. It's when you go past 0 that's the problem.
Okay, so I'm at 0 right now because I rolled 3 1s.
Oh, that's painful.
Oh.
So unfortunately for you, Thomas is hyper-focused and he doesn't just have 2 hands to crawl with. All 4 of his hands latch into the bookshelf and yank forward because his second pair of arms came out. And that jacket tears in your hand and you fall backwards. Thomas descends into the darkness. You lose sight of him in the darkness.
Thomas, god damn it!
darting like literally, almost literally between Oliver's legs, like to get to Thomas.
Why?
She makes a little mew sound. Mew.
So, Feign, because of your auspex, you have the ability to see here where others don't. The light doesn't pierce this darkness. The light doesn't, it's on. You can see about a centimeter or 2 in front of your torch is illuminated. It doesn't break through the shadows. Your auspex does. And the center of this cavern is big. It is massive. It goes up about 40 meters. You can't even see the ceiling in the darkness, even with your auspex. It goes out that you can't see the walls once you are down there. It is an abyss of space. You can't tell how big it is. But what you do see is that in the darkness, you see a bunk bed. And that bedding is very familiar. You see collections of toys. You see a chair. You see a trunk. You see piles of old school books. You see a collection of things that over the years you threw away or left behind when you left this place. There is a stone altar in the middle of this room that looks like it is carved from rock, but it is not carved by chisel and stone. It's almost like hands molded this rock. And lying bound on this rock, there is a figure of, it looks like a teenage boy with dark hair. It is not Feign. He has very sharp features, but he's lying on the altar in the middle of this light source. And you can see these things that are hidden in the darkness that the others can't. Thomas, you single-mindedly make your way to this altar. And you pick up that there are sticks and branches crossing the light ring as you step over those branches into the light. There is leaves and sticks that seem to be growing out of the ground right, making a circle around this figure where the light is. The altar has carvings on it that you can't read. You don't recognize the symbols. And what you thought was a teenage boy, when you get close enough to see, you notice that it's almost like it's a person made of pieces of things. There is what you thought was the very sharp cheekbones are two pieces of bent metal with black stained glass painting making his face. What you thought were hair were tufts of fur that have been placed on the head to resemble hair. Where he should have skin, there is patches of leatherwork and cloth and leaves and pieces of actual shadow in between. Where his fingers should be, there are nails on the end of his fingers. His eyes are open and he is staring up with no awareness, but he's breathing. This is a patchwork person made of random things, made to look like a boy.
Thomas.
Thomas, we need to leave.
I'm not gonna touch it, but I'm gonna make a perception investigation roll on it to see if I can figure out how it ticks.
Okay.
Mm.
1 6.
Okay. Feign, roll me an awareness perception while you're busy, please.
Okay.
So for Thomas, you without touching it, you can't tell a lot, but what you do see is that the musculature under the cloth, the very movement of the lungs, it almost looks like whatever is under there is anatomically correct. But there is not much awareness from them. After a second, though, you look again at the face and the eyes are looking straight at you, watching you. Oliver, your foot hit something.
Come the fuck on. Alright, what is it?
You look down and there are fingers under your shoe. Attached to a hand, attached to an arm. You can't see what the arm is attached to.
Okay, I hope we all have had a very touching reunion right now. We have to go.
You don't want to shine your light down and have a closer look?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Oh, God.
Do you remember that old man you saw on the steps?
Oh.
His face is gaunt. His eyes are large. He's screaming. And he is very much dead. It looks, his other hand is literally wrapped around his own throat, and he ripped his own throat out before bleeding to death. He also looks to have been dead for about a week.
Excuse the fuck out of me?
Oh god, okay.
Oh. No. No.
Okay. Nope. Have many theories and I don't like any of them.
This is just god. Okay. We seriously have to
That
go.
thing's mouth is opening. It's trying to speak. There's something in its mouth.
Oh, gosh.
fun times. Oh, yes. You.
I love you so much, but I hate you so much, Nicole. Like, I don't think you understand.
I thought you were talking to me.
No. I love you. I adore you.
I guess I.
Oh. Blaine?
Those were words, but they didn't quite
I guess
come
I'll
out.
reach down and try to pull it is out of its mouth.
You're
That can
reaching into its mouth?
I'll use my second hands for that.
Second hand.
Give me 1 second.
Take my strong hand. Did we lose Nicole?
Nope, she's typing.
Oh, great. Yes, because we love that. Oh, man. Nicole, I fucking hate you. I hate you so much.
Thank you.
You know, excuse me, Oliver, and she's gonna take the torch and point it into whatever the fuck that was.
So the torch only pierces through a short distance. It doesn't pierce through all the darkness.
But it's in the direction of Amorette, right? And Thomas?
It's on the other side of the altar. So Thomas is between you and whatever it was.
Thomas, there is someone and or something with a foot on the other side of there that is definitely still alive.
You cut out. Everyone's cutting out today.
Excuse me, let me try this one more time. Here you can hear my trauma and terror right in your eardrums, hopefully. Thomas? Mr. O'Malley? Not to alarm you, but there seems to be something possession of a foot that's very much alive on the other side of that altar. If we can go, that would be wonderful.
Thomas, what you pull out of the mouth is...
You're far too happy for this.
No.
Sure.
He kind of shakes and like comes out of it. I made the self-control roll this time. It kind of... Yeah. Yeah. Let's go home.
Hey.
Okay, 1 second, just one more thing.
Oh,
I like that.
now I'm gonna have this PTSD of whenever Nicole starts to type, and I'm just gonna stare at my inbox like something coming for me, like... Or if it's another of our players that she's going after.
So, Thomas, just so you know, because you did take it out of the mouth, it's not a coin, but it's coin shape. It's a piece of iron. It almost looks like wrought iron, but not quite. As you take it out, there's a small gasp, and the thing looks at you, and when it speaks, you notice that even its throat looks like it's made out of tubing, canvas tubing. It doesn't look like its throat is made out of actual flesh. Oh, Feign, you have to go. You can't be here. You need to run. My shadow will take you out. Follow it. Leave, but don't trust it. Go. And it tries to lift a hand, and it is shackled to this rock.
Oh, fuck.
It's right. It's right. We have to.
I will
No.
tuck that coin into my pocket
No.
and book
And
with the fun.
he starts shouting, go, go,
We're
go.
going. We're going.
Yeah, don't need to
Going.
tell me twice.
We are going. We are dipping.
You turn around, and there's a flicker of darkness
Oh.
in the doorway behind you. And almost ducking down to step through, this tall, thin figure emerges. It has red eyes, and it stares down at you, looking at Feign and reaching out a hand.
Feign will step up. Won't take the hand, but I'll follow you. Yeah, will follow you.
When you say we, it sort of ducks and it turns and it looks. It sees the others, and its voice sounds like nails on a chalkboard. You can't make out words, but it sort of makes this screechy noise and gestures towards them.
Please. They keep me safe. They make me happy. We have to go.
It seems to step aside into the darkness, and when it does, it melts into the darkness. You can't see it, but it makes an opening for you all to leave the door.
Come on.
I'm gonna assume Amorette's ahead of us, gonna take Thomas's hand, gonna take Oliver's hand. Run.
No.
So you guys follow out behind it, you run. You want to head back to the gym because that's the way you come. But this thing then steps again out of the shadows in front of you, and it blocks you from going into the gym. And it points the other way. It points behind you.
Gonna head behind. Gonna go the direction it's pointing.
There's something in its movements that seem to get jerky as you're advancing. It seems to stop and shake on occasion. It keeps, like it wants to go back behind and go back into the shadows, and then it stops itself. Its eyes become erratic. They start changing sides, changing angles, but it's leading you on deeper into the passageways.
Following but still staying vigilant.
Yep.
Following but not trusting.
You finally get to a doorway, and there are two doors. One leading to the left, one leading to the right. And it's pointing you towards the left door.
Should we go to the left?
Is there any check I can do to suss out where we're going?
You could do a perception empathy check to see if it's true or not. But unless you have some sort of fortune-telling ability, you can't know for sure. You can just guess its motivations.
Well, more so, I've been in this building. That.
Oh, true as well.
But that, so for the perception empathy, there's 3 successes.
3 successes. It wants you to go through this door. This is where it wants all of you to go, and it wants you to hurry.
We'll head down the door.
So you head out the door, and the thing follows behind you, and after 2 or 3 steps you see a staircase going back upstairs. But it starts shrieking and shifting. Its limbs get long, its claws elongate, and it turns and it looks at Feign. And it reaches out for you.
Dipping away. Celerity, full on, booking it towards the stairs.
Yep.
The thing shrieks and screams and tries to grab at you again.
Booking it up the stairs like it is. Amorette is going.
It lashes out at anybody who comes near it, but it chases Amorette up the stairs. But when it reaches the top, it's like it hits a wall. It can't get through. The door doesn't lead you to the inside of the school, of the orphanage. The door leads you out into where the wood would be brought into the furnace, where deliveries would have taken place. It is a cellar door. And as it tries to leave the building, it jerks and stops and starts clawing and shrieking, trying to get through. It can't. Those who are still inside, you start hearing in that shriek, "My baby, give me back my baby, my baby, my baby, my baby, my baby," and louder. The three of you still need to get out.
I'm beaten out. Thank you.
Okay,
Same.
roll me a Dex Athletics.
Sure, because I'm great at both of those. Where's my... Yep, that's non-existent. Sure. Okay, yeah, let's roll with that.
Give me 1 second.
So, yeah, that was no successes.
Woo, that's not good.
No. See,
Okay.
this is why I get anxious when I roll a lot of 10s.
You should.
Okay. Gents, how much did you get? You can use celerity for this roll. Your dots and celerity will add dice to your roll.
All right, 2 successes.
Blaine, you get out okay. Oliver, as you're running out, the thing slashes out, knocks Bellona, and luckily it backhands her, so it doesn't tear into her with those claws. And she flies back into you and knocks you both back. The thing then turns and looks at you.
Oh, come on. He can't be angry with me. Come on.
Huh?
Just let us go.
It looks out again, looks at Feign, and then it looks at the two of you. And its claws extend and it steps towards you.
Fane's going back in.
Oh, come on. Nope.
Oh,
Fane isn't letting shit happen to you guys. Fane's going back in, and is trying to get its attention.
No!
You don't have celerity. You don't get to talk shit to me.
I don't have shit.
As soon as you call out to it, it looks and sees you're back inside, and it takes 2 steps back to make room for you to pass it on the stairs and come deeper in.
Amorette will, in fact, pass deeper in, and will try to essentially get it further in as well, so that...
Not try, it follows you. And it kind of, when it gets close enough, the claws retract back in, and it starts wrapping its arms around you to hold you.
Amorette's gonna look at you guys, and is gonna try to skirt just around it just a little bit, trying to not quite let it touch, and is gonna look at the Bellona and Oliver. Leave. I will be right behind you.
Its head kind of tilts and it echoes you in your voice. In Amorette's voice. Leave. Leave. Leave.
Alright, this shadow thing, right? Is obviously very possessive, am I right? But it can understand what we're saying?
That's a very good question.
You don't know. Amorette is looking at you like, get the fuck out of here. This...
And Bellona's looking at you. The fuck you want me to do? No.
Leave! So
No!
I can leave! You are Amorette, like, looking at Bellona like, you are preventing me from leaving.
oh God.
That is what you are doing. You are preventing me from leaving. Stop it.
She's gonna go to the edge, like wherever the barrier is that this shadow thing can't seem to leave, right?
Mm-hmm.
Turn back to this, whatever the fuck it is, and be like, you understand Amorette needs to leave. That it's best for them to not be here.
And you hear again that voice, my baby, my baby. Amorette, you didn't notice it happening. But tendrils of darkness wrap themselves around your feet and your legs, hold you still so it can come and hold you and wrap its arms around you.
I told you to leave.
She's not there. She's not like she's out of the barrier.
Okay, I misinterpreted. Cool.
Okay. You start sinking down into the shadows.
Oliver, are you leaving? Please fucking tell me you're leaving.
Amorette is
Please.
sinking down into
Oliver
the shadows
just,
of the
like,
ground.
lets out a huge curse word and just leaves.
Okay, so that entire time, she was dancing around. She was not standing in one place. I want to be very clear about that.
I get you, but
Okay, cool.
this thing rolled 6 successes for stealth to track your motions.
That's
And when
fine. I just
when
wanted
you
to make
said-
sure.
When your attention was on Bellona, that is when it got you.
Yeah, that makes sense. She is going to try to scramble herself free.
That will be a strength brawl.
Oh, okay, cool, great. Ah.
Can I attempt to do a thing?
That's 2 successes. My only deaths.
Okay?
Can I do a thing? Do I wait till after this to do the thing?
Just let me do the roll and then you can do the thing.
Okay.
Ooh! Ooh, you lucky thing, you. So, you got 2 successes and you immediately start fighting and shaking. Amorette loves to decorate her outfits. She loves to add little touches and little frills. And specifically on your shoes, you found these beautiful antique cold iron buckles.
Oh.
And as you are shifting and fighting, you kick out and the thing screeches and pulls away from you when those buckles touch it.
She is
What do you
bolting
want to do?
out
What
of
do you
that
want to
door.
do, Bellona?
Well, if Amorette is now released, Bellona's gonna look the thing in its wherever its eyes are, and same as the very first episode of this game, stay.
Bad puppy.
Because basically, you did bad.
It shrieks and it shoots up after you, trying to catch up to Amorette, but with celerity, it hasn't got a chance. You make it out the doors and it slams hard into the barrier, trying to get out again and again, trying to reach you, trying to get to you. And it sounds like it's crying and sobbing.
Does Dominate does nothing to it? Oh, that's good to know. Whatever the fuck that is.
I did a roll.
Oh, okay.
I rolled its willpower.
Ooh.
Yeah. No, it's not that you had no effect, it's just I rolled the willpower.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. Did you wait? Let me ask. Did you have more than 4 successes?
What?
Did you have more than 4 successes for your dominate?
No, I haven't rolled yet. I was just saying that was what I
Oh.
wanted to do.
Okay, roll for me quickly and tell me if you get more than 4 successes.
Sorry, remind me what it is that I roll for that, because it was so long ago.
You're using dominate level 1.
Yes.
Should be manipulation and I'll tell you now. Command. Give me a second. You roll manipulation and Intimidate.
Oh, okay.
No, you don't have intimidation. What the hell is this thing saying?
I do have intimidation. I have 1 on
Oh.
intimidation.
So manipulation plus intimidation.
So 4.
So you tie. Hold on, your difficulty is its willpower. I'll tell you now what your difficulty is. Oh, wow. You're going to probably do better. Willpower 6.
Willpower is 6. So I rolled a 10.
So your difficulty is 6.
The difficulty is 6.
Hmm.
That's a 6, 10, 7, 8, 6, so 5.
Oh, fantastic. It pulls back from the door and it turns around and starts fading away into the darkness behind you. As it turns to walk away, anyone looking at the creature, it shifts and it shimmers. And that boy that you thought you saw on the altar, you see him now looking very much human, looking heartbroken, and walking into the darkness. Around his wrists, around his ankles, there are shackles to match the ones you saw on the ankles. And you see something binding his throat as well. Behind you, there's a voice. Well, it did take you long enough.
All right. You know what? And Amorette's turning around.
When you turn around, you see Matron there. But overlaid with Matron is the thing you saw go around the corner down below. And this thing has a presence that hits your awe so badly your knees shake and you want to collapse. The fear you felt in that room doesn't match the fear you feel looking at this thing in the moonlight. Matron is there, but this thing is almost overlaying her on the same plane of existence. If you're done tempting my toys, you can leave.
Yeah.
Every time it looks at one of you, that same fear hits you. Like, if you want to speak against this thing, understand you are going to do rot check rolls.
Do what rolls?
Fear rolls for vampires, rot check. You roll courage. If you fail, you are going to literally wet yourself and scramble away in terror. Well, maybe not literally wet yourself, but that effect.
Uh-huh.
Let's go. Let's leave, please. And Amorette is going to sort of try to people away.
As you're walking away, and Feign, thank you. I wouldn't have caught him without you, and I do enjoy his suffering.
Fuck.
Now, it's time for the children's nightmares. Good evening. And it and she turned to go back into the building. I did enjoy your fear. All of you. And it looks at Bellona especially. A fine vintage, my dear. Nothing else stops you, nothing else blocks you, nothing else harms you when you make your way to the cars. The car.
I am going to have to do a little bit of research.
Amorette's gonna get in the car. Yes.
Bellona's
Is
just
it-
gonna strap them in.
They're not gargoyling. They're leaning against the opposite door with their knees pulled up to their chest.
Oh no.
And they're just... Tears are rolling down their cheeks as they just stare off into nothing.
Look at Thomas. Look at Oliver. Look at Thomas. Pushes Thomas towards the crying person. Like, that's your grandchild. You deal with her. Go.
Blaine, you muted.
Blaine. Can't hear you. Nope. No sound.
Okay, there we go.
Yay.
Thomas will scoot over and wrap one arm around and pat their heads. Well, it seems like we probably have a lot to talk about.
They're gonna turn and just absolutely bury themselves into Thomas's side. And for a second, they nod. And then they just absolutely break down.
Hey, Storyteller, what time is it?
It is about 2:30 in the morning. You actually ended up being here for about 5.5 hours. You felt like you were here for about an hour. Time for froyo?
A full hour. It's bedtime.
Fuck Froyo.
It was like a week's worth of trauma in 1 hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was actually 5 hours. Thank you very much.
So, yeah, that is, if you don't want to do anything else, you're driving back to the house is the close of the session.
Yep.
Fucking hell.
I would like to take a moment to be like, Toby, let us the fuck down. I asked you to do some research on that frickin' orphanage.
Did you check your emails?
What's an email, precious?
There's the problem. How does Toby communicate?
I mean, through Thomas, not me.
No, you requested it, so he would have emailed you.
Oh, did he? Do I even have an email?
Oh, yeah. Sandy set up one
No.
for each of you.
Bellona asked Thomas. Thomas asked Toby.
Yeah.
Okay, then my bad. I should have given you information at the start of the game. But what basically he found out was the orphanage, like I told you in the beginning, I gave you the history of the orphanage.
Mhm.
The only thing I didn't tell you is that 2 years ago, there was a big fire. Investigations were done, and things were found out, and there was a deep investigation by CPS, Child Protection Services, and then it stopped.
You got really
church-
muffled and I heard nothing.
Okay, so 2 years ago, there was a fire. A child started a fire in one of the classrooms. The fire ended up killing a few of the adults, including one teacher. And the CPS and the cops came. What they found caused CPS to do a serious investigation of the facility, but unfortunately, it stopped. Like, nobody really knows why. Toby can't find out why. It was just called off very quickly. The church refused to fund the orphanage anymore. They had a massive slash in funds, and fundraising was never a big thing they did, which is why they are struggling now. The orphanage is down to 25 children, 25 or 26 children total, and there have been records and reports of children who are on the books that were not adopted out that the orphanage lists as runaways. An unusually large amount of runaways.
So we're gonna take the kids out of there and burn the orphanage down. Yeah? Yeah. Awesome. I hated that.
I'm sorry. I thought it would be fun to have a spooky session.
It is fun. It was fun.
So
I
much trauma.
Still want to clap a bitch though.
Oh, I feel you in my soul. I want to slap at myself.
Mm. You know who would love her?
Don't say Pasha. Even Pasha would fuck this bitch up.
No, there is someone who would love her.
Oh.
Yep.
You want to call them?
Ha! What?
You want to call them?
No. Can fuck off, thank you very much. But yeah, I think that we're doing our wrap-up, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. If you guys could outro yourselves real quick, I'll find us somebody to read.
Hi, I am Nicole, and I am the GM or storyteller, and I have traumatized / broken many of my players tonight. No regrets.
Of course not.
I'm a popcorn. Eeny, meeny, miny, I don't know. Vex.
I'm Vex. I was one of the ones traumatized tonight. Hello. Fun fact about me, I actually cried at 3 different points during that session. It was a phenomenal session. My pronouns are he, they. You can find me everywhere at Vexomniari. That is all the energy I have for this outro. I'm gonna shotgun this over to Dice. Do your thing. Dice?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry. I dissociated there for a second. Hello, everybody. My name is Dice. Yeah, my name is Dice and Autism. You can find me at most places at Dice and Autism. So, yeet. I'm going to shotgun it over to Blaine.
Is
No
Blaine
audio.
talking, but we can't hear?
Working now?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
We good? Okay.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Blaine. I play Thomas O'Malley, Grandpa. Found out tonight. Um, I also cried a little obviously than some. Good trauma.
Good trauma.
Good try.
Top tier trauma.
You can find me at Gaming pretty much every platform. If you hit up the campaign Twitter, that's probably me you're talking to. I have any other announcements? I don't think so. This is pretty much the only place you'll find me, unless you're in chat listening to me freak out over my friend's OCs. Jack?
Huh? Yes. Hi. Hello. I'm Jack Meister Hypester. This is my show, made only even more awesome by all of my friends being absolute chaos gremlins with me, and where we have fun telling stories and traumatizing each other. We are going to raid ADHD Adventures, who are currently on episode 32. The title's called War Crimes, so you know what? This seems fitting of a place to go raid into. Was great having you guys, and see you guys next week. Bye!